Hi. There we are.
Hey guys. So last time, after thwarting an attempt to claim the bounty on you all, you made your way to the Sever River, an incredibly wide body of water, cutting off Cimria from Albion proper, if not for an incredibly long bridge held above the water by some strange alien magic. However, the colour of it was familiar to you. You found the bridge guarded on the Cimbrian end by a large elven fortress, and finding that, you decided, having seen the land train disappear a few miles back, and seeing no way for the land train to cross the bridge, you decided to backtrack and find your way across the same way as the train. That eventually led you to a tunnel, and possibly more danger than the bridge itself would have given. Making your way then through the dangerous darkness to the other side of the river, you finally set foot on the earth of Albion proper, and now find yourselves heading towards a large town that has grown around the bridge fortress on this side of the river. You are currently maybe a kilometre away from the edge of the town. You are walking through farmland. Surrounding you at a fair distance are the farmhands. You can see a few carts ambling back and forth. There are plough animals. Great deep furrows in the earth being broken. What would you like to do?
Just to check, were we still ourselves, or had we disguised?
I think we dropped our disguises while we were in the tunnel.
No, we had, but I wasn't sure if we'd recast them. I can't remember.
I believe last time you did recast them just before making your way, because you ended at the crest of the hill, just over a kilometre away, and started making your way down. I believe you recast your spells. So at the moment, we've got Sepsis as a Durga.
Yep.
Oriana is a half-orc.
Yep.
Ace is a half-orc.
You're
human.
Human. Just a different looking human.
And Dice is human as well. Okay. Cool. So, what do you want to do?
Start looking around?
Yeah. Exploring our new surroundings.
Okay. You're going to head straight for the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to get a feel for it. I was wondering what time of day it is.
Having left quickly, it is coming towards... Well, you left after the bounty hunter attack. You decided not to stay in the town. You rested then that night. You camped in the nearby woods. So you would be looking at around about lunchtime.
Is that even with the time we spent queuing before we decided that we didn't want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say early afternoon.
Cool.
Oriana takes a quick look at her watch. Let's say it's 1:30.
Hey. It's 1:30.
Okay.
We'll be looking to fix ourselves with some lunch soon.
Yeah, we might as well get into the town and start looking around. This is only going to last so long.
Yeah,
I want to
we can try and find ourselves somewhere to stay, maybe.
Somewhere to stay, and I'd quite like to find where they put wanted posters, so we can see if they've been put across to here as well.
That would be a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Seems sensible.
Then we'll know if we can be ourselves or if we can be this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we start plodding along toward town then.
Alright. The closer you get to town, then the louder, obviously, the town becomes. You can hear lots of voices shouting out. You can hear mothers calling their children in for food. You can hear farmers calling in their farmhands for a break. And the farmhands do down their tools. They walk with their heads high. As you check them out, roll me a perception check.
Straight in with something. Do you know what? We roll so many of these, I now know my perception without even looking.
19.
7.
Okay.
14.
You all manage to discern, even from this distance, that they are mainly human. And as you check them out, Oriana, you see that none of them are wearing collars.
Oh.
However, as you find this incredibly strange on this side of the river, your eyes fall a little further down their body, and you notice that each and every one of them is wearing quite a heavy-looking metal bracer. It does not look like armor. It just looks as if they're more than 2/3 of their forearm is covered in metal. Each one of those bracers seems to be inlaid with a gemstone of some kind. You can't really tell from here, but the way it glints differently from the metal, it is a stone of some sort.
It looks like they use a sort of wrist brace instead of a collar here.
I assume now it's been pointed out I can see it, because with the
Yeah.
step I definitely couldn't.
Now it's
I
been
just
pointed
told
out,
you,
yes.
so.
Can I roll perception to see if I can discern if it's one of the bad crystals?
You're going to need to get a little bit closer to make that check.
Okay.
Do you start making your way towards one of the farmhands, or keep traveling directly towards the town, because they're moving away from you right now?
Yeah, we'll continue going towards town because
Yeah.
we don't draw attention to ourselves.
Okay.
We don't want to be weirdos wandering up and being like, show me your wrist.
Yeah. What's that?
What's that?
So as you walk into the town then, the noise reminds you very much of the city of town. This is a lot smaller. As I said last time, all of the buildings are very few are 2 stories. But it is as busy, if not busier, than the city of town. There are many more people on the streets coming and going.
People on the streets.
many heavily laden carts traveling back and forth. Strange beasts of burden as well, unlike that which you've ever seen before. There are very few horses, no oxen pulling these carts. However, you do notice that they seem to be a kind of cattle, maybe oxen derivative, but most of them have 6 to 8 legs. One of the larger oxen you see pulling a cart has 2 heads, and as they start to bray, both of them bray kind of not in unison, but one after the other, and it's almost a constant cacophony.
Well, that'd get tiring really fast.
As you say that would get tiring really fast, you look and you see this kind of wizened old gnome that's driving the cart, and he's just sitting there with his hat pulled low, and he looks like he's sleeping. But the oxen are being led, oxen, for want of a better word at the moment, are being led by a young boy. Again, with the wrist brace on.
The cows here are weird.
Yeah, just a bit.
Peculiar.
They've got extra legs.
Like, but they're not. Rich, just to clarify, they're not the same. Some have like 2 heads, but some have like 6 legs.
Yeah.
Do any of them just look like a coup?
Nope.
All of them are peculiar cool.
They're peculiar.
Julia.
They're peculiar.
As you look at them, you do not see, the only similarity they have is their colouring. They are all white with black patches, and as you look more into it, all of their patterns are almost identical.
Bro's been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender and decided to incorporate some of the animal design into the campaign. Obviously,
The strangeness that you're looking at, the patterning on them is almost identical. It seems that for some reason there are differences that mark them, because as you look around now, not one of these animals looks the same physically. There are differences that mark them, seem to be limbs. You look at one that has 8 eyes.
What's this? Have you
Hello.
ever heard of any creature like this?
like what?
Like these, the cow what's-its. Look at them,
Wow, those are fucking weird.
right? Have you ever seen or heard anything like that?
It's like a really weird breeding.
I mean,
Inbreeding.
this
No.
this This hood comes down over my eyes sometimes, as far as I'm aware. That's all we've ever seen.
But you're good with nature. You're good with animals.
I can assure you, cows don't look like this back home.
Let me rummage around in my brain box.
Please do.
Gonna roll a nature check. So.
The sound of the dice is.
Yes, but hang on, it was cocked.
You're a cock.
Well, now I'm not telling you what I rolled.
Oh, I didn't say that. I said that.
It was a 23.
23. Okay. Studying them with your keen eye, the first thing that you notice is this is not a natural occurrence. These animals, the species that they are, could not possibly have this many in nature.
Wow, that was really worth a
evolutions the same
23.
generation. This is an arcane kind of development. This would be an arcane development.
Bri,
Yeah.
in exchange for my 23, did you just tell me that the 8-eyed cow isn't natural?
I didn't. However, because of your arcane knowledge as well, I will allow this to roll over.
That's
Because
very
it was a
sweet.
23. You have read of magic that can do this. Strange kind of breeding magics. Some old races used to try and pervert the course of nature for their own purposes. This, while quite simple, seems to be more of a aesthetic. It's not an illusion, it's definitely a physical magic, but the amount of differences you see, it seems like people are picking and choosing the kind of workhorse that they want.
Right. Yeah, magic's been done to them, dice.
Magic
As much.
to the cows.
Yeah, those are some magic cows.
Surely. Wait, did you tell me that they were picking and choosing the magic?
I did not. I said those are some magic cows.
All right then. I can't.
It seems like people are doing a sort of design your own cow sort of situation.
Does that make sense? More legs, maybe better pulling power?
I can't imagine why someone would want an 8-eyed cow specifically.
That's what I was going to ask. Out of all of the options, I mean, 4 ears.
And see more predators?
Side effect?
I mean, you can't see predator and they're invisible.
I'll throw things at you.
If it bleeds, we
Okay,
should cow it.
let's stop focusing so much on the odd cows and just get into the town.
Yeah, it's like having a weird chair in the room, isn't it?
I do like over-describing things.
That's the cows.
Yeah, that's the noise they make. Immersion.
Something upset Kiba.
Yeah.
Apparently.
An intruder.
Okay, so as you make your way further into the town, then you can see there are many what look like houses. However, a lot of them, while they are
That was a very
also-
strange way to phrase that. What do you mean they look like houses? Are they mimics?
Heck! Just
You
let
can-
the man talk.
Yeah.
You can see what look like houses, but as you get closer, you do then see,
They're
like in
burnt.
the shanty town in the city of Tau, most of the fronts of these houses have been converted into shops, small cafes, restaurants. A house that you do see is also a tavern. One of the 2-story buildings looks like a large, or a larger kind of what would be a hotel, but is actually a 2-story market. As you start walking past, they, in the middle of the day, start hawking their wares at you.
Man, this shanty town's really been gentrified.
What would you like to look for?
Like to look for like a
Fair trade
tavern
coffee
or
shop.
like a hotel or something.
Like, we need an inn or somewhere to set up for the night. There's no point trying to travel outside of this town for the rest of the day.
Okay. Roll
Get an
me.
idea of what we're going to do next.
Whoever wants to search for the tavern, then roll me an investigation check.
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh,
Investigation is
roll.
22.
19.
18.
Okay. You all see, at almost exactly the same time, 3 different buildings that look like taverns. One is a 2-story affair. The other 2 are bungalows. However, their bungalows stretch much further back and are larger buildings. The 2-story affair is 2 up, 2 down.
All right.
Which one would you like to go for?
Which one looks moderately shady?
Moderately shady.
Why do we want a shady accommodation?
Because we're
It's
shady.
shady.
Okay.
It's
We're
the one.
fucking fugitives.
It's the one that you've noticed, Dice. It's one of the bungalows. It's much further away, and instead of stretching along the street, you see the edge of the smallest end, and it seems to stretch back with alleyways on both sides of it that lead off into darkness.
I reckon that one. That one looks dodgiest.
Okay, lead the way. I mean, well, Sepsis lead the way. We seem to develop that the Durgar is sort of the runner of this group.
Yeah. Sepsis.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Oh no, not that again.
We can do without.
Please don't do that.
No one around here is from Charlem,
This is
I
my-
mean, other than Dice.
other than that, from around here.
I mean, this is who Hugin is as a person.
I guess. I mean, it is a character that already exists.
Okay.
No, I don't want to have that connection to people who knew us before.
Yeah, they might remember the Durgar with the terrible Shalem accent.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little bit memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Fun though.
So you make your way down the street, ignoring the calls of people trying to sell from their home fronts. And there is a large, more orc than half, standing at the side of the door, just outside,
A 2/3 orc.
staring down at you as you approach.
Good afternoon.
What's good about that?
Run that one back.
What's good about that?
Oh,
Said what's good.
I got it. Well, it's good because we've arrived at your fine establishment.
You've not seen the inside yet.
Well, it looks lovely to us. We're very not particularly discerning.
Well, we're full up.
Full up, are you? Well, that's a shame. Never mind. Let's go find another place then, I suppose.
I might be able to kick something out for a coin across my palm.
How much coin?
How much you got?
I have 5 silver.
I'll take it.
Take the others out first.
Hang on. he just puts his head inside the door. Make room. Nods to someone inside the door. Comes back out to you. I'll take that 5 silver now, if you please.
I feel like we've overpaid. And I'd pay him 5 silver.
As you walk in, then, and he opens the door for you, it is quite dark. The windows have been covered in what looks like parchment. Inside on the parchment are crude drawings of people, some writing. It's faded in some areas, not in others. The room itself has about 4 tables, large tables. One among them has 5 seats next to it. If you joined it, you would be sitting down next to maybe 10 other people. I say people. There are some creatures like sepsis, you're not quite sure of their race as they sit there heavily cloaked. There are a few Durga, there are a couple of goblins, some very mean-looking gnomes. One of the tables you can see off in the distance is almost entirely full of dragonborn. And they are taking up more room than the table normally would due to their size. And one of the other tables then has about 30 people on it, singing, dancing, and laughing. And they are halflings. But to a man, each halfling is scarred. Some of them are missing limbs. Some of them are covered in horrific burns. What do you want to do?
I tend to worry and just go, well, they did say that halflings aren't treated very well.
I don't even want to get into it.
Those ones look like they've been treated to a wood chipper.
As the door opens and you all step in as well, not one of them seems to break their what they're doing. Not one of them seems to flinch. Not one of them seems to look at you.
That's nice.
It's
Do you
interesting.
like that?
Shady pub, you see? Always good for the shady tavern.
You take me to the nicest places.
I know. Look, let's go and
Only the best for our Rory.
Let's go. Do we have a room?
No, we need to go and get a room from the bar, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they just made room. We didn't get
No, they lied and we took our money. But
yeah, that too.
It seemed easier than fighting him. He was big. I've been severely injured recently.
I give sepsis sort of a... Okay. Severely injured. The bar's that way.
Death door. Off you go, Seps.
Ah,
That's not my name.
It is now.
Nope. It's Hugin, and you're Moonin. Don't
Oh,
get forgetful
yeah,
now.
Off you go then, Hugin.
Yes, I will. And I go over to the bar. Is there someone serving at the bar, Bray?
The bar itself is quite tall. It's about almost maybe 4.5 feet off the floor. There are no chairs, no stools, and there is a much larger than the man outside orc standing behind the bar, making a glass dirtier with a rag.
Good afternoon, my good man.
Who said that?
It's me down here. Hello. Hi. No,
He kind
down.
He kind of reaches over the bar and is just staring straight down at you as this massive form just comes over the top of the bar. He puts the glass down. What is it about this bar of short folk?
Well, your greeter out front was just so welcoming that we were entranced by your elegant establishment.
Oh, good. Charm class paid often.
He's been to charm class. Wow, I'm very intrigued about what he must have been like prior.
Oh, I pay 3 cop return.
Worth every penny.
Thank you.
By chance, do you have any rooms available?
I got this. And he looks around the room that he's in.
Yep. Do you have any more door-having rooms available?
This room's got a door.
True. Do you have any smaller rooms that might be rented for smaller groups of people with to have some privacy?
Oh, we've got some meeting room.
Meeting rooms. Can you sleep in them?
You can sleep in any room.
Ah, yes. I quite agree. How much would it be to rent one of your meeting?
Would you be wanting a bed?
I can go either way. I'm sure that some of my compatriots would love to have a bed.
Hang on. And he steps away from the bar and goes through a door behind the bar into another room and closes it behind him. There is a lot of crashing, breaking of furniture, something very heavy being pulled across stone and wood. And after a couple of minutes, the owner of the bar comes back. I made you better.
Wow, you're extraordinarily obliging. I'm forever in your debt.
That'd be 5 copper a night.
5 copper. Is that 5 copper a night?
That's what I said.
Excellent.
For all of us?
And there's enough room in there for the 4 of us?
And he looks around. You're all quite small.
True. Yes, very compact. Well, yes, excellent. That's a deal. I will pay you 2 silver, and let's say we have the room for the next 2 nights, and the rest of it is let's call it a tip.
You can see, like, his jaw kind of gets a little bit slack as he tries to work out the maths. That's enough for 5 nights.
Yes, that's correct. But we only want it for 2 so far, and then the rest of it is a tip because you've been so generous and obliging.
I'll take it then. Thank you very much.
You're extraordinarily welcome, sir.
Is there?
Yes, thank you. I wave the rest of the party over.
Will you be wanting a drink?
I'm sure we would love a drink, yes.
Does he look like he's addressing me and Ace? Because we are both human, just not our human.
He's just addressing all of you.
Okay.
Yeah. We'd love a drink, please. Possibly we could stretch to 1 each, even.
Let's bring a jug of something.
Alright.
Yeah, picture a Blue Lagoon, please, barkeep.
No one wants that, Greg.
He looks very confused. But he goes off and starts to fill a jug from a barrel behind the bar. You go to your
we
room?
all follow.
Yes, we head into the room, yeah.
Yes, I'm guessing it's a horrible mess in there.
In fact, no. There seems to be a lot of splintered furniture. It's splintered so badly you can't really tell what it once was off in one corner. It is effectively a storage room. There is another door at the back, but it is currently bolted. And there are some crates that have had sacks of hay pushed over the top of them. And they are low and long enough that they actually look like very crude beds.
How many of those are there? I'm going to guess 2.
There are 3.
Yeah.
I gesture expansively to the room and say, "Our palace."
Nice.
That's
Nice
actually
bunk
not
with
bad.
me. Nice bunks with me.
I'll bunk. Can I go and stick my head out the back door and see what's there?
Mm-hmm. As you get to the back door, the bolt is locked by a large padlock.
Can I pick the padlock?
You can try. You have thieves' tools?
Yep.
Cool. Make me a dex check and add your proficiency bonus.
I add my proficiency bonus twice.
Ah, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Right tools for the job.
I'm very proficient at these things. I don't think it's going to help me much, Mike. 8. 19. It's a 14, which since I rolled an 8 is not bad.
Okay. The padlock takes a while. It's very, very stiff. And just at the moment that you think your thieves' tools are going to break, it clicks open. As you open the door, you realise that the back door does not lead outside. It leads down into darkness, into a cellar. There is no light.
Ooh.
There's no what? Sorry, it froze and I
There's no light. Sorry.
Okay, can I take one of my paper lights and just throw the piece of paper down? I want to see how far it goes.
Do you want me to just go down and have a look?
No, I'm having fun.
Okay.
We could throw Ace's sword down there and see how it does.
If it starts vibrating, yeah, then it would be not so good.
Well, we know to lock the door then.
But
But it would only vibrate in her hand. Otherwise it would their hand. Sorry. Otherwise, it would just be like a phone on a metal plate. It goes zzz, zzz, zzz.
then we'd know.
Yeah.
So, as your ball is cast down the stairs, you see that the stairs level off to a small square kind of landing, maybe 20 feet down. And then there are further 3 steps to the left, again into darkness. From your angle, you can't really see further into the cell.
Okay, now we'll go and have a look. I just wanted to see how far down it was.
Ace is going to accompany you down the steps.
Yeah, I stride on down.
Yeah, I take Ori because I need the dark vision. I pick up.
I'll go in front.
I'm holding the
Sepsis?
sword of warning.
Muted, Greg.
I'm going with them.
Yeah, okay.
You're just making sure it's safe, right?
So you all make your way downstairs into the cellar. What you see before you are this long corridor. On the side of, on the left and the right, there are 4 doors. Large, barred, cage doors almost, built into the solid brick walls. Do you look inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Through the bars of the cages, then you see in each cell, it seems to be 2 beds per cell. Each one made a lot better than the one upstairs, the ones that have been made for you. All the beds are currently empty,
Okay.
apart from the furthest one on the left and the furthest one on the right. The one on the left, there is what appears to be young humanoid man asleep on one of the beds. The cage door is open. On the right, there is a ball of rags, or bundle of rags, that seems to be slowly moving up and down as if there's someone underneath breathing.
Sepsis, I found your cousin.
I don't have any cousins as far as I'm aware.
Clearly I'm being generous.
So do we
Should we
wake
get
them?
closer to you?
Or...
I don't know. I wasn't really expecting this. I thought it would be like a beer cellar or something.
There is another door off in the darkness, far off down the corridor.
Sure. Okay, I go look at the other door while we're working out what to do with the people, if anything.
This again is a cage door, barred. However, it seems to open inwards. And it's got stairs beyond it that lead up to the surface. Roll me an intelligence check.
That's going to be a maths I can't do today, apparently. 22.
22?
Yeah.
From the positioning of this cellar, where these doors are, how far you've travelled, and you start doing the calculations in your mind, and no one apart from yourself can see all these little equations start to appear as you appear. You work out that these stairs would probably come up in the alley behind this building.
Okay.
We've got a prison cellar.
Right, but they can't access it at the moment.
And the cage doors are open.
You said one of them was open. We're both open.
Yeah.
A not in use prison cellar.
Right, but why are there 2 people sleeping in here? Does it matter? Yeah?
Night shift?
Some sort of safe house, perhaps?
Maybe.
Well, does in Thieves' safe house?
Could be.
It doesn't seem like a particularly well guarded safe house. Like if I was running a safe house, right? Here's how I would do it. I wouldn't rent out a room with a door into the safe house in it.
Probably
No.
doesn't expect somebody to unlock the door and go looking.
I just wanted to see if we were safe.
Yeah,
And-
that's fair.
As
The
it turns
question
out,
is now is do we wake up these people and find out who they are, or do we just leave them here? I mean, they're not locked in.
Hi. I vote they're none of our damn business.
Yeah, I'm on that vote too.
I'd like to know who's behind us. I mean, we can relock the door and that's fine, but if it's going to be filled with thieves, I'd rather know. Rather than
I
wait.
mean, as long as they can't get to us.
The padlock's on our side. It would be pretty hard to pick.
Yeah. I don't think we're...
Plus, there's plenty of broken furniture to barricade the door as well.
Yeah.
You know, though, it could be...
Now you are speaking my language, Ariana.
I'm learning.
I actually don't mind having the door to have access to get out, though, because it means we can escape the bar without going through the bar. So it may be that we can leave without...
We can blast that door open quite easily. If
Yeah.
we needed to make a quick escape.
At least we know it's here, right? I think you're right. I think we should leave the people. Ace, what do you think?
Leave sleeping dogs lie. And let's just go back.
Let's go back to our room and have a drink.
Okay. Oh, quickly, he's bringing drink and we've left the door open.
Yep, up we go.
We
Doesn't
get.
take-
I relock the door.
Doesn't take you long. The corridor itself is only about 60 feet long. So you rush up back up the stairs, close the door behind you, relock the padlock.
Mhm.
And at that moment, the orc does come through the door with a large overflowing jug full of ale.
Hey, where's this door go?
As he looks over at you, there's a more discerning, keener eye now. What's it to you?
Well, we are sleeping in this room, see, so we kind of want to know whether the door out of the room that we're sleeping in is a door that someone else might come through.
Well, your lock's on this side. And you've got a lot of broken furniture you could build a barricade with.
Yes,
what
well,
I
that's
said.
sort of what we're looking to establish. Is it the kind of door that we ought to barricade? Would you say?
What guild are you with?
Guild? Worshipful Order of Freemasons?
The what?
I don't know, I made that up.
Are you hunters?
No.
Are you a hunter?
Well, you don't need to know what down there then. Where do you want me to put the ale?
What if we were?
Anyway, bounty hunters?
Aye.
I mean, we're always up for making a bit of coin.
This bounty hunter bar.
Oh.
Ah, that helps.
See
That is-
all those papers on the windows out there?
Wanted posters.
Aye.
Ah. Might take a look later.
That's why I thought you'd found the bar.
Yep, that's what it was. My name's Dog, and these are my associates. And we are bounty hunters. I'm Dog the bounty hunter.
You strange looking dog. That's a dog. And points to Cedric.
Yeah.
That's a hellhound.
That's not hellhound.
Dog.
I've seen a hellhound.
Dog isn't really my name. That was a joke. It's fine. Just leave the ale wherever you would like, and but there's nothing dangerous on the other side of that door, is what I'm trying to establish. You know,
Oh.
something that might kick down the door, even if 'twere bolted.
It's just guild space.
Guild space for the Bounty Hunters Guild
Aye.
of Bounty Hunters,
Just somewhere for the bounty hunters to rest, yeah?
Only they've got key.
and that's where they
They-
keep the bounties, what they've hunted.
Sometimes.
It's handy storage area.
Aye.
Hey,
Spectacular. Glad to hear it.
good to know we've got somewhere to put anything if we need to.
Thanks for filling us in. That's mighty helpful of you. Thank you for the drinks.
Just earning the money gave you. And he walks out.
Okay.
Okay.
So Lady
Bounty hunter club. We have bounties on our heads.
Yep.
Yes, we're in exactly the wrong place.
Dang,
Oh
no
god,
bounty.
oh god, oh god, oh god.
We could not actually be in a worse place, and now if we leave, it'll look super suspicious after we've learned the information.
Mm-hmm.
What if the...
Yeah.
Hey, I have a thought.
Right?
What if it was on fire
Not
and then we
This
left?
fire does, fire
Because that just
doesn't
draws
hold
more
it.
attention to
Everyone.
us.
No, but, you know, everyone would be leaving if the
You know
place
where
was on
fire
fire.
has gotten us previously, right?
Also, there's a lot of buildings close together. It won't be just this building that goes up.
I would like to remind you that nobody died.
Right, but you didn't make things better.
It did
Look.
make things worse.
If a bounty hunting pub suddenly burns down, it's only going to draw more attention to us and might give away where we are.
Particularly to the new people who've just arrived, been told that it's a bounty hunter bar, and then suddenly it goes up in flames. Ah, what a
So-
surprise!
Where would the last place you'd look for a bounty be?
I gesture around at all of the broken furniture and I say, I don't think anyone's going to be too surprised if this place catches. It's made of kindling.
I think if we're smart, we can pull this off.
I think we're in a good position. We're
I
We
think
rest
we're in a
first.
branch bar.
I think you've lost your whole damn minds.
Well, we can't leave. Not practically, not realistically. We want to get through this side of the bridge without drawing too much attention to ourselves. So what we do is we stay for a couple of days. We stay in disguise the entire time we're outside the room.
My plan was only to stay the one night.
Can I search the room for any listening holes, spy holes, anything that looks like they could listen to us?
Okay. Roll a investigation check for me.
I know it's unlikely, but investigation, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 14.
14. There are many holes in the walls of this building. It is not well maintained.
Are there any scorch marks?
There
Does
are
it
very
look like it's been on fire before?
There are a couple of scorch marks from misplaced torches, possibly. Doesn't look like the entire place has burned down previously. However, you don't really think that anyone could listen in to you. You can't find any way that they would, really, or could.
Okay. I think we're safe enough while we're in here from what I can see.
Maybe our bounty hasn't got this far yet.
Well,
Bless you.
the best way to check that would be to go and look at the windows. You said you might, so you'd be the best place to do that. Go and have a look at the windows and see if our poster's there.
Okay. We'll go out and have a look.
Right, have we seen any kobolds just like out and about, or are the only kobolds we've ever seen the ones in the cave?
Only kobolds you've ever seen are the ones in the cave.
Oh man, I was going to make myself look like a kobold. I thought that would be cool.
You can wear
Um,
And I head out to the bar floor and start looking at posters while nursing a drink.
I'm gonna join you.
For that then, because they're all quite high up, I'd say roll me a perception check.
Or he's like 6 foot. How tall
17.
are those? What use is this display?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm over 6 foot, but
As you are looking around, you notice that a lot of these papers are aged. The ones closer to the door seem to be the ones that have been there for the least amount of time, but even they have started to fade. And with the moisture, the smoke in the air from people's pipes. And as you look, you can see there is no bounty for you.
huh.
One of the little halflings comes up next to you. All right. How's it going?
Hello?
You're a big lass.
I am. You're a little lad.
I'm a lass.
A little lass.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're just so far down.
No, it's the armour. It's not very flattering.
You work it.
Well, I could have gone with a chainmail bikini, but I can fit in one of the cups. There's no point.
True, yeah, I don't think it would be much use to you.
No, not at all. Anyway,
I'm not going to thunderclap a halfling.
are you looking for work?
I might be. What you got to
Oh.
offer?
Well, I was going to ask. My eyes aren't very good. Can you pick me up so I can look at the ones out there, please?
Yeah, alright.
Thank you.
Pick him up onto my shoulder. Pick her up onto my shoulder.
Ori, roll me a perception check.
16.
16. As you pick one up, the halfling up, and she goes, "Ooh, strong hands!" You feel a very small hand reach into one of your pouches at your side.
I'm nearby as well. I'm not. I went with Ori.
I slap the hand as soon as I feel it.
Okay. And Oriana and Ace both turn and see that there are two other halflings standing behind Oriana in the process of trying to pickpocket her.
Yeah.
Cheeky little bastards, didn't you?
Oi, boys, get back to the table. Sorry, tell you, sorry.
Can anyone speak halfling?
I think that might be one of the languages I don't.
No, common, dwarvish, or gnomish.
Okay.
Oh, for it.
You could roll for it if you want to, because of
Yeah,
the
sure.
Oh, that's true.
years of Nidum feat I gave you.
It's
What do we add to that again?
Intelligence.
Just your intelligence modifier.
Did you just call it Ears of Nidum? That's not what you called the feat, but it
I
isn't
can't-
that.
I cannot remember what.
You just called it Ear for Languages, I think.
Ear for languages, Nidum. That's right.
I rolled 11.
18.
Sorry, I homebrewed a rule because it was heavy on education in the village of Nidum when they were growing up. That while they could specialize in some languages, they could roll an intelligence check to remember how much of the other languages they could remember.
Basically, your first language and then GCSE.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, yeah, I can remember some French. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
What did you roll, sorry, Ariana?
18.
Ace,
I-
18.
It was like 11, I think.
11? Yeah, 11. Yeah, I rolled a 9 and I had 2 11.
Okay. Oriana, unfortunately, all you can remember are the insults, but that's you.
Yeah. I speak more
Ace.
languages than anyone else in this group. I'm not bothered.
Ace, you remember a little more of the halfling from your youth. And what you hear, instead of just insults, is, "Oi, you little shits. I told you to be stealthy. What the fuck are you doing? Get back to the table. Fuck off. We'll try again later."
I don't think you'll be trying again later.
And she just stares at you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright then. Sorry. It's fine. You can put me down now, please.
Ace
Or out the
I don't know.
fucking window.
I don't think I want to.
Ace is like puffing their chest.
Please put me down.
I'm gonna throw them back at their table.
Okay.
Row.
Yeah,
Nobody tosses a halfling.
I'm gonna toss the halfling.
Ori, you're such a tosser.
There's a whole new sense of the word for me. What do you need me to roll?
I would like you to roll me an athletics check, please.
I think it would be funnier if you chucked them out the window, personally.
Yeah, defenestrate the halfling.
Please don't defenestrate.
That's a good word.
There's so many of them.
That's a 19.
19.
No.
19.
Put her on a high shelf. That would have been amazing. Just put her up on a shelf and leave her there.
No, and then pick her up and then yeet.
Her acrobatics against your athletics was 18.
Oof.
So
And before I do it, I just go, hope you stick the landing and just.
struggling in your hands and trying to right themselves and break free, you launch them straight at their table. She takes out two other halflings as they are going back to their chairs, and they are laying there sprawled on the floor.
You just hear someone in the distance yell, "Strike!"
Sneaky little bastards, watch your pockets.
All of the Dragonborn start cheering and laughing and clapping.
I bow.
One of the
Back your
Dragonborn
pocket.
stands up, takes up two jugs as well as his own, or two tankards as well as his own, and starts drunkenly stumbling between tables in your direction.
Oh god.
Oh, look, Ori, you've made a friend.
I have a fan.
Hi.
Might I buy your company a drink?
I'm
Who were you addressing then?
One of the four of you.
And he just points at the two of you.
I'm in the
sure. Why not?
No, me and Sepsis, I think, went to join them when we heard the crash.
I certainly did not.
Did you not? I definitely did.
Okay.
Just imagine the look on Dice's face as they come out and puts two and two together. Going, oh god, you launched a halfling across the bar.
Why?
We did one for the minute, I think.
Sure, buy us a drink.
And just thrusts the two tankards towards you. And they're not really towards you, they're kind of in the middle between you.
Oh, yes. Well, what are your names?
I'm Mugen? Munin. I'm Munin.
And you, pale skin?
That was
Yoan.
you.
Yoan.
Yoan. From across the Sever.
Originally, perhaps.
Rough country.
Can be.
Sometimes.
Wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Usually.
It's a lot hotter where I'm from.
Where are you?
East. I cannot tell you the name of it in your language or your tongue. Your throat could not make the sound.
You can try us. Do we?
You
Can
speak
I roll
Draconic?
intelligence for that?
Is it Draconic?
You speak Draconic, right?
I speak Draconic.
However, this is no Draconic that you've ever heard before.
An accent.
It's not even an accent. It's more like
It's like North Welsh to South.
no. It's more
Not
like
even recognizable.
it's more like an animal noise. It's less like a language. It's more like an animal noise.
Okay.
Okay, would casting speak with animals?
My own name from my egg is also unintelligible to you. However, you may call me Darkscale.
Dark
Dark
scale.
scale.
His scales are white.
That an ironic name?
No,
Oh. Just your... Never mind.
Hi, Dark Scale.
you have a lot of this.
Sorry, what did he say?
There are many more pale skins in the bar than I thought.
Is that a problem?
No,
Good.
why?
No reason. I'm a bit protective of them.
You have strange laws in your land.
Yeah.
There are few humans in my land. The pale skins tend to favor more moderate climes.
Yeah, they can be a bit sensitive to heat.
Yes, your pale skins are all sensitive, especially the pointy edge ones.
Yeah, they're delicate things.
Snap easily.
I like him. So, Dark Scale, did you enjoy seeing Ori, what I assume was throw a halfling?
Oh, the little bastards were trying to
I didn't call
pickpocket
you
me.
Ori. I called you Moonin. Sorry.
Yeah. I said the little bastards were pickpocketing me.
Rude.
Hence throwing one of them across the room at the other two.
I wasn't consulted on that part, but it seemed to work out.
They weren't pickpocketing you.
I noticed though.
Alright, we had two very different ways of dealing with it.
I don't think that the halfling was hurt, so I think it's probably okay. They look kind of a bit
Could have
battered.
done worse.
They look okay.
Where are you? Why? Who? I need a drink.
When?
I hand him the drink he gave me back.
Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah, he's just a drink to it.
thank you very much. Where was I?
I think you're going to introduce me to your friends.
If you wish. Yes. Come.
And he walks back over to his table.
Let's have a party.
I go looking absolutely fascinated.
Sepsis. What are you doing in your room?
What am I doing?
Yes.
I'm sort of reapplying the bandages to the wound that I took.
Oh.
Okay.
Making a poultice out of herbs what I've collected.
Okay.
It's a scratch.
Roll a medicine check with advantage.
Thank you.
It's a flesh wound.
What's he for the flesh wound?
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
That's great.
Paper cuts that dealt more damage.
It is hard going because of the agony.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
touching the wound, it is
Yep.
hard going.
And the
Um,
emotional pain of having to look at such
Absolutely, such a grievous injury. But the 3 hit point scuff that you took,
stab. I was stabbed.
the three hit point nick that you took
It's a stab wound. I was stabbed with a spear.
is eventually heavily bandaged, and it's got some like gauze and a pad.
A Hello Kitty bandage on it. The little Hello Kitties.
It's well bandaged. You feel that it will heal with time, if
Does
given
sepsis-
time.
Does Sepsis give themselves like a gold star well done sticker and get
I
a
was
lollipop?
good patient.
No.
Is that all you are doing?
Yes.
Okay. So back in the bar room, then you are taken over to the Dragonborn. There are many different colours there, mostly chromatic. There is one very, very, very pale silver, almost white, but there is a slight metallic sheen to their scales. But most of them are white, black, blue, red. One green. There are about 12 all told.
A lot of you.
These are my traveling companions. We have, we're all in college together.
What'd you study?
Sports. We were a team, you see, and we're on tour.
What sport?
Hunting.
Hunting club.
Ah.
What have you got?
Okay.
Fair. Sounds fun.
I could hunt you if given the right incentive, hey boys?
And they all start laughing.
I continue to laugh with them.
Yeah, not with them.
He was like crying on the inside.
I guess it depends on the reward.
Yes.
You know, it's so nice when you get to take a hobby and turn it into a job. I mean, fantastic.
Make money off something you love.
No, we have other hobbies.
What would they be?
Well, old Emerald bollocks over there he sews.
He sews. What a handy skill to have.
I partake in falconry.
Okay.
I have a dream. I have a dream.
Hang on. There's Whitey and Snowy. Snowy is, I believe, a collector of leaves.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
Whitey likes to collect scalps.
Scalps. Interesting.
yes,
I turn to him and go, so what's the most interesting scalp you've got?
Is it just like drinking very profusely from their tankard?
Whitey pulls out.
emerald bollocks. Sorry.
Yeah, Emerald Bollocks is my favourite. But
Whitey pulls out emerald bollocks.
No, Whitey pulls out a scalp. The scalp is not attached to hair. It is attached to a long, what looks like stalk of flesh, on the end of which, just popping over the top of his fist, is a very small eyeball. However, the bottom of the tendril is attached to a very flat, large piece of skin that is currently decaying and dripping over the floor.
what is that off?
And Whitey's about to open his mouth. Don't believe a word coming out of his mouth. He's about to tell you it was a beholder.
A beholder?
Not a beholder.
What's a beholder?
The big eye thing kills you.
There's multiple eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, big one.
That was only a spectator.
And what would that be?
Big eye thing kills you.
And how do they differ to beholders?
Beholders are much bigger eye things.
So a spectator is a smaller beholder.
That's very speciesist. But yes.
It's been impressive then.
I do not know. It was dead when he found it. Don't listen to his stories.
What's the best thing you've killed?
You hear in the background, your hobby's cock blocking. You can't tell which one of the Dragonborn said it. Who were you speaking to then? Sorry, Dice, when you said that?
I was speaking to Dark Scale.
Dark Scale.
Yes.
What was the question again, sorry?
The most interesting thing you've killed or hunted.
I
I feel like I'm interviewing him, saying, "And what is the most interesting creature you've ever hunted, sir?"
I'd love to see an article.
What would you say is your greatest weakness?
Well, here.
And he takes out a stone dragonborn hand, perfectly sculpted. The detail work is beautiful. Each scale looks like it could, it once was flesh.
That was my brother's.
Sculpture or hand?
Oh, hand. He was a sculptor, though, by the way. That was his hobby.
I'm guessing not so much now.
No, nasty business with a basilisk.
Ah.
Did you break the hand off?
No, the basilisk.
Oh, okay, that's a little better.
The basilisk swallowed it, and I went after it.
Oh, did you kill the basilisk?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Well done.
Followed?
Well, yes, down the mouth, you see, because their skin is quite tough.
I suspected so.
So straight
Let's
down.
go inside out.
Straight down the gullet, round the gizzards, and out through the arse.
It's the most direct route, I hear.
Yes.
Continues drinking.
You must have smelled delightful.
The way to a man's heart is through his gullet.
So where was I?
Hard to say.
In a basilisk, apparently.
Ah, yes, the basilisk. No,
I'm not there.
Sepsis isn't there, but yeah.
Like just interject.
Where are you all going? From? Going.
We're heading towards.
Which is more interesting?
We're heading
Where we're going.
south.
Our goal is south. Head to the continent eventually.
Oh, don't go to the continent. It smells weird. Go east.
Maybe we'll go east first. I do like a warmer climate.
Continent just smells of sweat and baking.
Hey,
Interesting combination.
Bugscale, what's west of Avalon?
And all of the Dragonborn and the halflings in the background and everyone else on every table replies, "There's nothing west of Avalon,"
Fascinating.
and goes back about their business.
You hear, just as that like intonation ends, you probably hear Sepsis just chuckle from the room.
It's becoming a bit of a party game.
I was just curious.
No.
Asking about other countries. So to the east, you said?
Yes.
No, it
What's
sounds...
to the east? Why should we go to the east?
Tell us more.
Well, there's
Tell it
nothing.
to me.
There's nothing to the west, is there?
Is that
What?
anything to the west, really?
But there's Avalon.
And then that's nothing really.
That's right.
What?
But that's where the map ends, yeah?
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what's to the east?
Strange, wondrous lands, giant volcanoes, snow a mile high. Where were we?
It sounds a little chilly for us. We're pale skins.
Yes, you would die.
Like,
Sensitive, as you'd say.
You would die horribly.
I said, good luck convincing Sepsis that there's such a thing as a volcano.
oh, that would be fun.
Mountains were hard enough.
Yeah. We're still in denial.
We have come hunting or in search of a hobby of all of ours.
Can I guess?
Try.
Is it a bounty?
No.
Oh.
We are using bounty hunting to fuel our adventure.
What's your adventure?
We are looking
And he leans in.
for a dragon.
Ooh.
What sort of dragon?
Why?
Oh, good question. Let's start with that one.
Well, surely you know dragons have not been seen in a great long
Oh.
time.
Thousands. Yeah. But why are you looking for one?
Because we have all heard it in our dreams.
What sort of dragon are you
One.
looking for?
We do not know.
Just one that's calling to you.
Yes, this one. Much of our history and the history of dragons has been lost through time and war. But this one seems to have many different heads and calls to us, offering us great power.
Yeah, can I run a religion check on that?
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Because the player damn well knows, but I'd like to check.
Yeah.
I fought that dragon and I didn't like it.
I've got 14.
Okay.
I'm trying to find religion on my list. I should be good at this, really. That is going to be 16.
Okay. Ace?
Come on, master of religion.
Ace, did you roll as well?
Yeah, just give me a sec. I was typing. Oof. Oof. With a roll of 7, that is 10 total.
Okay.
My religion check's higher than yours.
So, you can remember Dice and Orion.
Yeah.
You can remember maybe a little bit about the old religions of dragons. Like you said, even in the vast libraries of Nidum, there were very few mentions of dragons, only that they haven't been seen in a very long time. Unfortunately, what you read, easy to recollect, but nothing mentioned a many-headed dragon.
So I have no idea. That sounds fascinating. I've never heard of a many-headed dragon.
No.
Neither have we until we all admitted dreaming the same dream.
And are you looking for that particular dragon or other dragons to bring that dragon?
Apparently there is a stone dragon somewhere that we must destroy in sacrifice. Some kind of statue hidden away in a cave.
That sounds really interesting.
We have not heard tell or rumor of this dragon from anyone. Have you heard of such a thing?
No.
That sounds really interesting. I think that it sounds like a noble quest. I'm going to subvert the question and just ignore it, because I can't lie.
No. I'd imagine if anyone had come across a massive stone dragon by now, it would be news everywhere.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll one, because I just didn't answer?
No, Ori can do it with advantage because you helped.
I did not. Not really.
I did.
Okay. 17.
You rolled a 60.
17. Oh, right. I was going to say, I think you said my roll then.
You rolled a 60.
Very nice, very well. If you do, and we meet again,
I'll let you know.
please let us know.
Yeah.
You know, it could just be a normal dragon, but like the cows outside, they could have lots of heads.
Perhaps. Anyway, we're just finishing our lunch. We hear tell there are many more bounties to be found to fund our adventure across the bridge.
There's a few.
We've seen some.
Are you chasing any in this land?
No.
No.
We've decided to continue our journey instead of chasing bounties.
More for us then. Ah,
But there's plenty of work over there for you.
excellent.
Have fun hunting.
We always do have fun being green.
I'd always do.
And you have fun being... What colour is he?
White.
White.
You have fun being... yourself.
Well, thank you.
Sorry, I just really need to check, actually, Darkscale. Did you say your friend's name was Emerald Bollocks?
Well, no, his name is Tim. But he's Emerald Bollocks.
There are some who call me Tim.
Yes,
Emerald
it's-
Bollocks being a nickname.
Well, Tim is short for Tim Escalactor, which is a
Right.
common name in where we're from. But Emerald Bollocks is a
gravy
nickname,
time.
like dark skin and whitey and snowy.
Hey,
Dave over there.
interesting. How did he get that nickname?
He's green.
It's gravy
We
time.
all saw him in the shower.
Oh, Emerald Bollock. I get it.
Would that not be true of
Cool.
all of you, though? Would your bollocks not match the colour of your scales?
Well, yes, but we called him Emerald Bollocks first, and if he started calling us White Bollocks, that would just be not very original. So,
Do you have a nickname?
There.
dark scale.
No, but
Your servant's not very bright, is she?
no.
She has her moments.
Thank you. Come on, Ari, we should stop throwing... Sorry, Moonin. We should stop throwing halflings around the building and...
She's very confused, your servant. You should trade her in. She keeps getting your name wrong.
It was my last mistress's name.
Terrible memory on this one.
Yeah, she makes up for it in different ways, if you know what I mean.
Ah. Enough said. So does Emerald Bollocks.
Oh!
Emerald Bollocks,
wink
Emerald
at
Bollocks is
Emerald.
just sitting there with his tankard. Like,
I wink at Emerald Bollocks and I give him a knowing nod.
Emerald Bollocks.
Right, well, we'll leave you to your hunting. Thank you for a lovely afternoon.
It was a real pleasure to meet you.
Riders of Tiamat. Away!
Was it you?
And they all stand
Probably that five-headed dragon he was on about.
down their drinks and leave.
I take their table.
Yeah.
So
I've told
we're
them
all
no.
agreed that we have to now derail this entire adventure and devote ourselves to stopping them from bringing back Tiamat, right?
No, that was our
I think
last.
we'll be fine.
Yeah,
It's
no,
alright, I didn't tell them about the dragon.
But we had a lot of fun with it, so it's like, let's do it again.
I'm not dealing with cultists again. This is right at the start. They can crack on for another 100 years, and we'll worry about it after that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, do you sit down at the table or are you going back to the room?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Well, let's go back to the room before I end up getting into a fight with somebody else.
Yeah, where's this?
Back in the room. We left them with you. We left them with you.
I heard a halfling hit a table. I was curious.
As you leave, then the halflings all start to bring out different instruments and start to sing a little kind of sea shanty ditty.
Ori, would you like to stay?
I'm just,
It's
you know,
gravy time.
we always need the gold.
We do go through quite some gold.
All the bastards gonna be happy for me to join in though.
Well, you could come back to the room for a little bit and then come out and dance once they really get going when you find a song you really like.
I'm gonna stay out here for a bit.
All right, I'll stay with you for safety purposes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't plan on throwing any more halflings, but
Are you going to join in?
yeah, whip up my flute.
Okay.
Well,
Roll a performance check.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. 19.
19. Okay.
And a moment panic, and then remembered that I have plus 10. What
So
the hell is piety? Piety.
Ignore it.
Mate.
Ignore it. Just ignore it for now. So you
All right.
completely forgot I left that on there. Right. Okay. So you bring out your flute and start to. Even though you had.
And I dance when I play the flute, so it's like.
Yeah. Even though you do not know or recognize the song that they play, it's quite an intuitive. It's quite an intuitive song, not a hard rhythm to pick up, and you start to play.
Be jamming.
You complement them perfectly, beautifully, and you then begin to dance around them, and the halflings begin to dance around you. Some of them start to tumble over your head, start to throw
I am
each other
checking my
back and
pouches
forth.
so much.
But a
You
show
can
is
give
put
an eye.
on, and the rest of the crowds are very happy. And you, takes you about half an hour entertaining the rest of the bar, but at the end of it, you maybe about 10 silver in
Cool.
tips. Sort of gold.
I'll put that in silver because I always need change.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Head back to the room.
Okay.
is it later in the night now?
No, you've been there for about 2 hours.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to check because I'd quite like to go and have a look around the city. But yeah, let's go to the room and check on the others.
Say it's about 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to get to the room and drop disguise self because I've definitely run out of time on it.
Okay.
I'll need to recast.
When you come back into the room, I say, I have good news. I've rebandaged my wound from earlier, and I believe that it will not fester.
That's wonderful news, sis. I got to throw a halfling.
Oh, is that what that clattering was?
Yeah, it tried pickpocketing me, and then I thought, what would an orc do?
Hey, Sepsis, have you ever heard of a multi-headed dragon?
I don't know, have I?
Roll me.
Religion?
Yeah.
Or the name Tiamat.
With advantage.
Oh. I don't feel that I've heard of it.
Damn it.
What was the score with advantage?
6.
Okay.
Jesus
I
Christ.
rolled a 3 and a 4.
Oh.
Who'd
Okay,
have
we know
thought?
nothing.
I don't think it really matters.
Your master, while a summoner and a contactor of other planes, no matter how difficult, you remember the name Tiamat, but you also remember the knowledge of what that name meant being forbidden to you.
Right.
So you've heard it, but other than that, nothing.
Okay.
Right. I'm thinking of going around the city. I've got maybe 2 more hours where I can change. I think I used 2 on the way. Rich, does this sound about right to you? I've used 2 spell slots from. I'd already cast it at the start of the session, and so that would have been an hour, and then I cast it again for another hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got.
Yeah, I'd be happy to take a wander.
I'd like to have a look around. There's no bounty up for us, Sepsis. Here.
That's good news.
In fact, the hunters we were just talking to are going across the bridge to search for more bounties.
Well, let's hope they don't come back.
They won't. I mean, we never gave away our actual faces or names for a change.
As long as we're going to get
Good
a good
Lord.
night's rest tonight, then I can do another
Was there-
hour or so.
Was there some sort of language barrier?
No, but they were very drunk. I'm not sure they'd have remembered if we had have said our actual names.
No.
I see.
In fact, they spoke a version of Draconic that I've never even heard of.
Also, one
Anyway,
of them called
I don't mind.
Epic.
I wouldn't mind exploring the town if that's the plan.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay. And I disguise myself back as the half-orc. Okay, let's go.
I changed myself back into Judith.
I just sort of readjust my hat and keep going.
I'd like to point out that doing this is now much more uncomfortable when I have to hide wings.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be. Wear a larger cloak. You'll be okay.
Be careful not to brush up against anyone with those because they can't see them and it will freak people out.
I don't know.
They are draped over your shoulders when relaxed, like wings.
Yeah, I've just got to be careful when I reach my hand out.
Yeah.
So I just wear the cloak. We just become part of the cloak.
Mm-hmm. So you make your way back out through the bar into the evening time. It is still traveling towards the end of summer. The sun is low in the sky, but you know you've still got at least a couple of hours, good few hours of light. Shops, people still seem to be milling around. Roll a perception check.
All right. You've got a lot of those. 15.
Oh,
5.
My next character isn't going to suck at perception.
Is your next character going to roll it?
Yeah.
Nice.
15.
Okay. There are 3 elven guards walking down the street, not towards you, but in your direction.
Let's go the other way, shall we? Let's go that way.
Okay.
You
I'll
make
just
your
follow.
way. Okay. You make your way then left, off then another street, and you seem to be in a much cleaner section of town. The buildings here are less like homes and more like temples, churches, chapels, while the sides of them are the standard brick or plaster, wood. The fronts of them are at least part marble.
Okay. Do we want to be in this area, or do we look like we don't belong?
There are a few just wanderers from the town, either making their way through or heading to temple. Most of the people you see there are dressed in more clerical garb,
That would be an ecumenical manner.
with
Ecumenical
symbols.
matter. Close.
With
No, they're
symbols
dressed in
and
an
stuff.
ecumenical. It doesn't matter.
Ecumenical
It's-
manner.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
the
what that
manner in
word
which they're
means.
dressed. That's okay.
You see the robes are covered in symbols, religious iconography.
Did the religions down here look similar to the temple district that we saw in Cadiz?
They do. Just a much poorer version.
I think if we were looking for shops, this might not be where we want to be.
I didn't know that's what we were looking for.
I thought we were just looking.
Then we carry on wandering, I guess.
Do we have anything we need to buy?
I don't think so.
Not really. Once upon a time it would have been bolts, but now I just magic them.
I wouldn't mind grabbing some charcoal and incense if we happen across a supply shop.
Yeah.
Keep an eye.
Suddenly,
Not
Oriana's
half the man I
arm
used to be.
is grabbed.
Excuse
And
me?
and you whirl and see a wizened old man, human, emaciated, skinny, wearing rags, completely blind, white beard, bald hair, liver spots everywhere. But they seem to be staring straight at you. As they grab your arm, they say, "Fire! Fire! Who burn our soul?"
I will if you don't let go of me.
Sorry to bother you. He lets go and starts to totter off, holding out a small bowl in his other hand.
Hey, what fire?
I wouldn't worry about it, Dice.
Alms for the poor. Holds out the bowl to you.
I'd throw a couple of copper in it.
Yeah, Ace also throws some copper in it.
Fires of hell. She returns.
Who does?
Hell.
Just hell in general. Hell in general is going to return.
This sparks something in you, Ace,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when hell is described as
There's
a
a
woman.
Norse goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Hell returns, and her fires, cold though they are, will turn us all into the Walking Dead.
I hate that show.
Would you know where she is arisen?
No. And he said, "Good day," and walks off.
Okay.
That was good, right?
Yeah. When he grabbed me, did he say you'll burn us all?
No, he said, "Fire. Fire will burn us all."
Fire will burn us
Fire
all.
will burn us all. And then he described hell as a she.
Yeah,
Which-
but grabs Ori.
You see, about 20 feet away, standing outside a different temple, a man going, "Floods! Floods come to drown us all!"
Like I said, Dice, don't worry about it. They're all just mad
We're all
old beggars.
predicting 2020.
Pestilence! Yes, okay, but has anyone noticed that occasionally we end up with sort of gods interfering and, being told to go and hunt for gods, and some of us have dreams about gods, and I'm just saying maybe we should take warnings like that. Wow, I'm blurry.
I do keep dreaming about hell.
No, I'm pretty sure they're just scammers.
How do you
No,
know?
I would agree with Dice on that. I think we should be taking more heed in what
Something we should keep an eye on.
people might tell us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did we get any sort of insight about how sincere these people are?
I was going to say,
Yeah, roll me an insight check.
I wanted to roll that.
You can roll as well if you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you are because I rolled a 7.
Yeah, well, I rolled a 10, so
13.
Ace, everyone else is.
Hmm? Yeah,
Right,
may as well. That was an insight, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2. I've got -1, so
Oh,
that's
shit.
1.
Oriana,
How do we make a whole party of people who dumped wisdom?
they just seem a bit mental.
Yeah.
I dumped strength.
In fact, a couple of them
Dumped both.
may just be acting. You're not quite sure, but you're also quite cynical for your age, and yeah.
So cynical for one so young.
Look, we can keep an eye out and ear out for some things, but
I'm not
I'm
saying
pretty sure this lot are just gone.
You hear from behind you, "You four, hold there!"
Oh, God.
shit.
And you turn and see the 3 elven guards hurrying towards you.
Is there an officer problem?
And with that, we're going to take a break.
Woo!
Okay.
Because I didn't realise that we got past 9 o'clock.
So we're on 9:10 now. So yeah,
You're full of shit. You were just stringing it out so we could have a cliffhanger.
So yes, we're going to take a break.
I know your
we're going to
game.
be 15 minutes. So we'll be back in about 25 past. We're just going to go get some tea, squash, whatever. But yeah, please stay tuned. We're only going to be 15 minutes. However, some of us will be sticking around on chat. So ask us any questions you like. And
Ask Bri what his terrible plans are.
We might answer that. I'll not answer those. But yes, see you at 15.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back. Break is over. We are teed, squashed, toileted.
We carefully made a rat drink some water out of a dish.
Stroked a dog. Not a euphemism. So, yes, you were left with 3 guards walking quite quickly towards you, elves all.
Is it ridiculous that I had forgotten that?
A little bit, yeah.
100%, yeah.
Sorry.
So, what do you want to do?
Turn around slowly with my hands in the air.
I said, "Is there an officer problem?" I've already done it.
Okay. So as you were the only one to actually verbally address them, the one in front kind of just stares at you or looks down his nose at you. There is no problem.
Oh, then are we free to go?
We were just going to ask if that man had accosted you or disturbed you in some way, and we would have him arrested.
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did
Yes.
did he take any of your money?
No,
All right. Moonin, did he take any of your money?
he didn't take anything.
Have you checked your purse?
No.
Would you like to?
No, sorry, I do not mean. They are not. These old men. They are not deft enough to pick your pockets. I mean, did he beg you for anything?
Oh, he had a message to give us.
Yes, pay them no attention. They are charlatans and con men. The lot of them, unfortunately, they are somewhat protected by the church. And if I had my way, I would string the lot of them up.
Worshipful Master, we are not so newborn as to fall for such a ruse.
Good.
Thank you for your concern.
Watch your chattel, though they are much more susceptible to these people because of their species.
We encourage them not to think for themselves, sir.
Look really, really, truly vague.
Fine.
I snap my fingers in front of dice a few times.
Okay. Roll the deception check with advantage.
Me
Those
or-
dice- Sepsis.
Thank you. Also, thanks for the help, Sepsis, because my deception sucks.
I can't roll dice today. I think I'm gonna have to put the lovely dice tree that Em got me into the dice jail somehow. 16.
16.
Yeah, I mean, look, I rolled low, but I'm still sepsis.
Yeah. He tries and fails to hide a smirk as you click your fingers in front of Dice's face. That's a very fine way to treat those that you, I suppose, have follow you, care for in some kind of fashion.
I got a good deal on this one because it's a little bit, you know.
Yes, of course. A common defect in their kind. I make it a point to know all of the residents of this town, the frequent comers and goers, those tradespeople who make it their work to travel through the town often. I have not seen your faces before.
Oh no, we're
new.
We're new in town. My name is Hugin, and this is my business partner Moonin. We are
strange names, northern sounding, far north.
Well, there are sort of
countries.
business aliases. You understand? We are Hugin and Moonin, muscle for hire.
And the business you're in is muscle.
The hiring of muscle.
Hire?
Yes, we
move things, get rid of things,
guard things.
Yeah.
Make things more dead than they previously were.
Your licenses?
Yes. I'll
Yeah,
produce
follow
our
that.
papers.
Ah, I see. A much more creative description of adventurers, but somehow more fitting. Bear with me. And he looks them over. Your friends did well. He looks very satisfied. I am Captain Lucas.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Captain Lucas.
Lucas, not Picard. I was sitting there going, what?
Lucas.
Lucal.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance too, Hugin. Were you Hugin or Munin? I'm sorry.
I'm Hugin. This is
Hugin?
Munin.
Yes. It is a pleasure to meet you. Please enjoy, I suppose, your tour of our fine town.
Oh, we are very much so. This temple district is
Shoddy.
charming.
And cunning.
No, it's terrible. I'd rip it all down if I could and start again.
Well, unfortunately, I suppose we have to make the best of what we have.
Can I ask what brings you to the town of Kairodor?
We were escorting some wagons, and we ended up close to the bridge, and not having been here before, we thought we'd come along and check it out.
And have you found work? Where are you going from here?
Probably east.
Wherever the wind takes us, really, my good master.
Well, if you travel east directly from here, I don't suppose you have a map, do you?
No.
No, I'm not sure that we do.
Then you may want to get one. Traveling directly east from here will take you across some quite dangerous country, and through an estate of a local lord who would not take kindly to you crossing his borders. You'd be best pressed to travel further southeast to our parent city. This is but a lowly village connected to the greater Briscow.
Briscow, you say? Yes, no, that sounds, that's very helpful advice, thank you. What's so dangerous about the country to the east?
There are strange tales, really. People going missing, never returning, and half of their bodies turning up a week later, eaten, chewed, ripped apart, pulled apart, crushed. You know, the usual.
Sounds like fun.
In these backwater towns, the usual kind of superstitions.
Oh, of course.
However, with this local lord, you may not want to get on the wrong side of him, and a lot of these stories may possibly be because of him.
What's the name of this lord, Captain Lucal?
He is Lord Cutor.
Lord Cutor.
Lord Cutor.
That's not helpful.
I see. And you say that he's potentially the source of these disappearances.
I said nothing of the sort. I said it would be dangerous to cross into his territory.
Diplomatic of you.
I understand. Well, thank you for the advice. We'll certainly do everything that we can to avoid moving in that direction.
Of course. But if you were to travel further southeast to Briscow, if you are then to make your journey east, the main road and land train stops and travels from there.
Do you know of any work available? Any cargo that needs to be guarded? Perhaps heading in that direction?
Not from here, however, the land train does not stop here. Most large cargoes, large trades, the first land they will meet on this side of the river is Briscoe. So you will have a better luck there, I think.
Well, thank you very much for your advice, sir.
That is quite all right.
And
However,
we wish you
I do have a favor to ask if you are thinking of traveling in that direction.
Oh, well,
I'm sure we can be of help.
we would be honored.
I would like a letter delivered, and I cannot spare the men at the moment because, unfortunately, 2 of my men died rather recently.
I'm sorry for your loss, sir.
That's quite all right. They were idiots.
That explains how they died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, I'm sure that we can. I'm sure we can assist with postal service, sir.
Very good. Fudge. One of the other elfin guards who's like quite like nods and he passes. It's Fouget, sir. It is Fouget. Yes, quite, Fudge. Shut up. And he passes it. He takes the letter from his subordinate. Yes, please take this to the captain of the guard in Briscoe. I wish to know when my requested replacement for my men will be returning. That is effectively the bulk of the information in the letter. There's nothing secret. However, for your trouble, here is, and he gives you 5 silver.
Oh, most generous, sir.
Sorry, the captain of the guard in Bristol hit you. His name?
Sorry?
His name, sir.
His name.
Oh, the captain of the guard in Briscoe? That would be Celia.
Celia?
No, sorry, it's Elvish. Celia.
Celia.
Thank you. Yes.
You're breaking my heart.
You can have inspiration.
I already got it.
Damn it.
The inspiration is no one else as funny as Greg. Do you like Greg best?
He's
That no inspiration.
He's funnier than the rest of you.
No, you gave Greg inspiration for my joke last week.
Yeah, that's true. You totally did, and that
I'm
was great.
hurt.
It's all about the delivery. It's all about the delivery. Okay, so the guard nods at you and Oriana and turns about and walks away. His 2
So we're going
subordinates
to
follow him.
Briscoe.
Well, he certainly thinks we are.
I'm sorry, I can't answer your question. I have not got a brain.
Oh, shut up, Dice.
If she only had a brain.
If I only had a
Well, it makes more sense for us to head that way anyway. Avoid the land with the evil lord.
Does it? Or is that a pile of shite?
Sepsis.
Yes.
Roll me a history check with advantage.
I certainly shall. Oof. So that's where all my rolls have been.
The tree delivers.
History. Yeah, the tree has redeemed itself. 21? No, 22, sorry.
Okay.
Advantage. I rolled a 19 and a 20.
I don't know.
Sepsis. Directly east from the bridge, you remember, is where Woon told you the carts had gone into the wilderness to a house on an estate, an old house, surrounded by a dark wooded land.
Right, I can't be the only one who has that information, mate.
Unfortunately, bro, you are.
But I don't...
You know, what would be useful is to get hold of a map.
Yeah, I thought we weren't allowed to have a map.
We can have maps. We had a map of Cadiz. We had a map of that entire area. I copied it. As long as we can find one on a shop wall, I can make a...
Hang on, point for this, just to remind you out of character. Charlie or Oriana is right. Maps are heavily controlled. You're not allowed to have one. Saying no, you didn't have one was the correct answer when asked by an elven guard.
Yeah.
But we do have a map, don't we?
Yeah.
No, we had a map of.
I thought the map that you copied was like most of the like southern part of Albion.
I can't remember. I thought it was just Wales.
Most.
I thought it had Londinium on it.
The map.
Yeah, I thought
The
it
map
had
you
Londinium.
copied
Yeah.
was a very much smaller version of the known world with the main cities tagged on there. So you did have the general direction of Londinium. You then made a much larger version of
The
the
local area.
south of Cimbria, so that you had a better idea of where you were going in the local area. You do not, however, unfortunately, have a map of this area in particular.
All right.
You've got a general direction, but you could point like a
General direction.
You could make a very small like mark on your map saying, right, this is where we currently are, but Londinium would be about an inch to the right. So
Right, just for my notes. What did you say the name of this town was? I heard him say it, but I didn't have time to scribble it down.
this town is Caer Odor.
Isle Odor.
Caer, Caer.
Yep.
Odor.
Mhm.
And as a student of languages, you all know that in Cimbrian, or ancient archaic Cimbrian, that means the fort on the chasm.
All right. The
And it's Bristow is the
Briscow.
next one.
It's actually Briscow.
Briscow.
Like COW.
Like
Okay,
all
the
the
cast
eight-legged things.
BRYCGSCOW.
The fuck kind of word is that, right?
That is Old English,
Sure is.
Like jail is GAEF.
and it means
So what you mean
GAOL.
is it's a combination of a bunch of other languages.
it's Old English and it means place at the bridge.
all right. So the place to the east, and I mean, it's going to be interesting, but it's not really in line with our general goal. I don't think.
No, I think heading to Bristol, delivering this letter, blah de blah.
But we do still need to make money in the meantime. If someone offered us a job, maybe
You can take
that's
it.
worth it. But for
I
now,
mean, if anyone needs anything else taken,
what if they offered us a job to the east? Would we take that?
and how east before we need to go south.
I guess we'll have to see if there's any other work available. The sort of centre of the village would probably be a good place to go for that. See if there's a notice board somewhere.
You know, you all could learn to play an instrument and we could start a band.
Yeah. Have you ever heard me play an instrument, Tori?
I did used to make tunes with Pa on the forge.
Yeah, that battering thing you used to do on the anvil was adorable.
It's quite loud.
I don't mind
Would you do it
loud.
on your own?
I mean, I could try. I don't know if I'd need Pa for rhythm.
I mean, again, I still
Was always good at rhythm.
It's very fun.
Ace just sort of like turns away from Ori
Why?
and starts walking.
I'm sorry, Ace.
Look,
By the way, viewers, we don't actually know the truth of whether Oriana has slept with Ace's dad yet.
But we can make an educated guess.
This may come out in time.
well, come out. Sorry. My brain melted then. I can't play an instrument at all. I am about as musical as sepsis.
Hey, who says I can't play an instrument?
Can you?
Nope.
Right.
I'm just saying, if you could learn a performance skill.
As we're wandering a little bit, can I attempt to sing in tune?
No. No.
I want to see if I can. Rich?
Okay.
Yeah, roll a performance check.
I'm singing quietly to Ori. I go, this is my only skill. Yeah, this is worth it. 3. Jingle bells!
Currently, the wails of lamentation coming from all of the elderly gentlemen in the temple district screaming about floods and fire and brimstone is more musical than the caterwauling that comes out of Dice's mouth.
Thanks, I hate it.
I did hear you.
I've heard cats being strangled sound better.
Yes. My mum always used to tell me I sounded like a kitten being stepped on. See? I told you I was not musical.
Okay.
That's not what it sounds like when you step on a kitten.
You sound like sepsis when they got stabbed.
That was traumatic.
So was that.
I look at my side where I still have like a 3-inch long cut bleeding jelly, and I'm like,
So you can tell the general direction by Ori's compass.
General direction.
Do you want to try and work out how to get to?
Let's head to the town centre.
we're
By all
gonna
means.
have to first, yeah.
The town centre of Kairodor, or are you going to try and find Briscoe?
Wait.
No, we're gonna head for the town center of the town we're currently in.
Kairodor, okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna probably stay overnight here before we head over to Briscoe. Or sorry, no, I'm gonna pronounce it correctly. It's Brigkascow.
The Brickus cow.
Brigkascow.
Okay. So you make your way to the town centre. It is mostly taverns. There is what looks like a large platform in a large town square, maybe about 100 feet by 100 feet. The platform is 30 by 30. It has kind of wooden scaffolding next to it that looks like it can be moved quickly for the purpose of potentially executions, hangings. But there are taverns ringing the square, and there are stalls at the front of them that now look to be kind of winding down. There are less people stopping. A lot of the stall owners seem to be putting their wares away for the evening. Where do you want to go?
Is there a notice board anywhere in the town village city centre?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Sometimes that goes well.
Wouldn't it be an investigation because we're actively looking for it?
Well, if you stand there looking around the square, looking for something, then it's
Yeah, no, I
draw.
got a 5.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which it is. It is not.
If you want to walk around the square looking for it, you can have an investigation.
I mean, yeah, but if I can't, why does that always happen? If I can't re-roll, it doesn't matter. If we're still going to use the same roll for investigation or that, it would either be a 5 or the far more exciting 6.
6. Okay. So you look around. You can't really see a notice board anywhere.
None.
Not really.
I'm gonna have a little beer for myself.
Appear.
Appear around. Oh,
I
that's
thought
very
you said a
exciting
little
either.
beer.
No, peer around.
I thought you said
Makes
little.
more sense.
Education check, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7. I didn't do very well at all.
No.
Oh.
And me, mine was a 2 or a 4.
You're looking around, and unfortunately, none of you can spy, or the 3 of you that have looked cannot spy a notice board at all.
Fine. Hey, Sepsis, can you see a shop that sells the charcoal and incense that you want?
I was a little lost in my own thoughts, if I'm honest. I'll have a look now. Can I have a look now?
Roll an investigation check.
Ooh. 21?
21. Sepsis. You look around, and as you do so, your eyes kind of glance over and just scan over a notice board. However, that's not what you're looking for at the moment, and you carry on searching around the square, and you do see what looks like an apothecary.
I see what looks like an apothecary over there.
Okay.
Oh, well, there's no notice board, so let's go over to the apothecary and get what you need, right?
Yes. And I make my way over to the apothecary to get what I need.
Are you going with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Then, sorry, you pass the notice board on the way.
Did we see it?
They're so sad.
I stopped to look at it.
Those guys.
I'm already looking at it.
Okay. There, you can't really see anything on the notice board at the moment because there is a old man currently hammering a notice onto the board.
What's the notice he's hammering onto the board?
Well, he's kind of standing in the way of it at the moment, hammering the notice onto the board.
Maybe we come back after we've been...
You go into the apothecary. I'll wait until he's finished hammering this.
Yeah, I'll wait with Ori.
Okay, I'll go with sepsis.
So the apothecary close by then, sepsis, you walk in.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Why are they always psychotic?
Never mind.
Out of the darkness, a goblin walks out in incredibly clean robes.
Hello.
What can I do for you then?
Well, stop making that sound. That's one thing.
Makes it very hard to do business if I can't talk.
Do you have any other voices?
What am I, dungeon master?
I suppose not.
Sorry.
Sorry, you can't continue because you're laughing at your own joke. Is that what's happening there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god, you're not supposed to make yourself laugh.
That's
Come
so
on.
unprofessional.
What
This
do you
is,
want?
this is so embarrassing. We've joined this powerhouse of RPG.
Aye, stay in the room. What do you want?
Charcoal and incense. I would like some charcoal and incense, please.
Well, I've got loads of charcoal and incense. How much do you want?
About 20 golds worth.
All right.
The high quality stuff, not the shit stuff. The good stuff.
Oh, the magical stuff. Stuff for a
magic-
spell.
The magic grade stuff. Yes.
Right, okay. There you go. Anything else?
No, I'm leaving now. Leaving forever. Never coming back here. Goodbye.
Oh, bye then.
Thank you for your help.
I'm already out the door.
I was going to say, everyone in here today has been rude, but you said thank you, so, have a good day.
I'm used to being stepped on. It makes me more polite to other people.
Tell your friend they can fuck off.
They've always been a cock. Don't worry about it. It's not just you. It's just their nature.
All right.
I have already fucked.
Hi. Yeah, I go outside and go, sepsis. He says,
Yes.
fuck off.
All
Should we go
right.
look at the notice board?
What?
Let's go look at the notice board where Ori is.
Oh. Sure.
Come on, Grumpy.
Has the hammery boy left yet?
You both just stood there like,
Ori, while they've gone into the shop, it's taken them,
They're fantasy queuing.
it's taken them a
Yeah.
couple of minutes. You are standing there with Ace. And as you're standing there waiting for him to very slowly, this old man, hammer this notice onto the board, you feel a presence standing next to you.
Hello?
It's small humanoid form, just maybe a foot shorter than you, heavily cloaked. Hello.
Can I help you?
What's a pretty purple thing like you doing in a place like this?
Bruce.
You're colorblind.
I am. And he turns around and lifts the cloak and it's Clint.
Oh, you! I just crush him in a hug and I just start pinching his cheeks. What are you doing out here?
Wait. Orcs don't normally hug humans in the middle of the street.
Oh, your hood's up. Shut up.
You're really bad at this.
Look, I was in a pub earlier, sat with everyone. They're a bit more relaxed here about it.
All right. They are
Oh.
slightly.
Yeah.
I don't
What
like.
are you-
I don't like
what are
these
you doing here?
weird braces they've got. I'm on an errand for Father.
He's let you out, how did?
A bit further than that, actually.
Where are you going?
Well, first of all, I've got to go southeast of Briscoe, and then I got to grab a couple of people, and we're going north from there to this country estate in the middle of the woods.
Right. Well, looks like you might be travelling with us for a little while since we're going to head southeast to Briscoe.
I take it that's why you're here, looking for a job that might take you in that direction, legitimize your travel?
Actually, we've already got one.
Okay. For who?
The captain of the guard.
All right. You are better at this than I give you credit for. Nice. Okay, let's look for a job with a bit more money then.
Yeah.
And with that, the old man kind of stops hammering and he takes his arm down, and you see that the reason it took so long to hammer the notice into the board is because he's very skinny, and it looks like his metal bracer is weighing his arm down. Unfortunately, that was the arm he was using to hammer. So the sense of the effort of lifting both those heavy weights was taking its toll.
At this point, Dyson Sepsis get back.
Yeah.
Dyson, as we get back, Sepsis is just saying like, "Oh, this is interesting. Is there some sort of tram system here? Because I found these rails that are pointing due east."
No, we're going to Briscoe. You.
And then north from there.
It's alright, I'll beat him later for you.
Yeah, beat him up. He deserves it. Can I have a look at the bracer of the man, and can I try and work out what it does, if it does anything that's different? Why has it got the crystal in it, basically?
Yeah, now that I'm closer, I'd like to do that investigation to see if it's like the other.
Would you like
wearing
to?
one.
Clint is wearing.
The neck
Clint is
brace.
actually wearing one. He's not wearing a neck brace.
Yeah, I was going to say, because he said I don't like these much.
Right.
So we can have a look at Clint's later.
I don't know Clint's there, remember? So I'm trying to
Well,
roll.
no, that's what I say. As you're walking over, I start pointing at him.
I wouldn't know he was there, so I'd like to roll against the guy. I can see it, if that's okay.
That's cool. Roll me. Are you going to go up to him and touch it, or are you just going to look at it?
I'm just looking at it from where I'm stood.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Where I'm walking.
Or an arcana check.
Arcana. Oh, for God. Oh, no, that's better. I was about to say for God's sake, but actually that's 20.
Okay. From your vantage point, you can see that the crystal seems to glow slightly. It is powered for some reason that you cannot fathom. However, knowing that they are not wearing the neck collars as they were in Kimria, and they are wearing, all humans in this place seem to be wearing these instead, you can probably determine that they're for the same reason, their ownership. However, the power in these could probably lend itself to a harmful spell enacted either by their owner or by them committing a crime or doing something that they're not supposed to, or as simple as trying to remove it.
Okay, thank you.
With that Arcana check, you do then scan the other one you can see on the hooded figure standing next to Oriana. The crystal does not have the same glow as the one being worn by the old man.
Thank you. I don't say any of this, I just go.
The old man is, while his arms are skinny, he does seem to be either wearing a lot of layers under his cloak or just seems to be quite big-boned, but stooped. And as he turns and finally notices there's quite a large queue behind him with the notice board.
So sorry. Let me just get out of your way.
It's quite all right. Take your time.
And it does take some time for him to make 3 steps. by which time you can see the notice that he's hammered into the wall behind him.
Yeah.
In quite large font, he has written, labourers needed, cargo transport, Briscoe.
Convenient.
Would we want to do labouring? I can't really see Sepsis doing labouring work.
No, I feel like that's more of a
You're muted, Greg.
me.
Cargo transport. We did that out of Cerdith.
Transport's not that bad, but we don't have any of the equipment to transport anything. If they've got the carts, then we can transport and guard. What's...
Okay. So are you doing it, or?
We might as well at least find out some more information about it.
As you're thinking about it, the slowness of this old man, he's about 10 feet away from you.
I go and catch up to him.
Oh, sorry, I'm quite slow.
That's right.
I'll continue to get out of your way.
No, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes?
The notice you posted, who is it for?
Laborers. Oh, I am, I'm sorry, I need to collect my thoughts. They seem to run away in these later years.
Take your time.
You're very nice for a green lady. Why are you green?
That shit's racist.
That's not important.
Oh my god, you can't just ask people why they're green.
I'm sorry. Who is that speaking? My eyesight is
Oh,
not
don't
as it
worry.
once was.
It's a friend of mine, that's fine. If you could just tell me who that work is for.
It is for me. My sons were conscripted, you see, recently, and I no longer have the strong arms to move the cargo that I need moved.
Okay.
They were taken from me, so I need some help. Otherwise, I cannot feed my grandchildren while they're away, because I will not get paid by my master.
So you need stuff moved to Briscoe?
Yes.
Well, I think we can help with that.
Thank you. It does not pay well, incredibly well, like some other jobs may, but I can give you a share of 20 gold. It's half of my pay, but
that's fine.
I cannot go any more.
That's payment enough.
Otherwise, we will starve.
Nope, that's fine. That's payment enough.
Insight check.
All right, roll insight.
Yeah, roll insight against the poor elderly man.
Poor starving human.
Worst thing is Sepsis is probably right.
We're all so trusting.
I have rolled a 10.
You don't see nothing.
I don't know. My passive insight is 12, so that's...
I'm currently looking at the cloaked figure next to me going, who the hell is this? I'm not paying any attention.
It is about the same height as you. You'd be able to see that it was Clint.
Sorry, your insight was what?
But my passive is 12.
Okay. For you reckon he's telling the truth? Against your better judgment, he seems to be telling the truth.
We can give you a hand. When do you need us?
Perhaps this is an opportunity for us to practice a little generosity. If this fine gentleman needs the money to feed his grandchildren, recently bereaved as he is, perhaps we can accept a smaller fee.
She'll look at Sepsis and go, that sounds like a good idea.
Clint kind of nudges Oriana. Where is the real Sepsis and what have they done with them?
Hey, no, fuck you. The last time I interacted with Clint, I gave them free money.
And rescued 2 small children.
Sorry, it was a joke.
Free money in a very similar situation.
Okay, so the man begins to totter off towards a cart that has a lot of boxes next to it, not on it. I was sent to market today by my master to fetch a lot of things. This is a good market from for the goods from Kimbria. You see, there's a strange custom in Kimbria. He likes seaweed bread.
Ah,
Lava bread.
Lava bread.
I've heard of it.
That's what it's called. It seems like insanity to myself, but I cannot speak for all people. So these boxes here are fabrics, and there's a lot of wool, and they all need to go from the floor to the cart.
Okay. How about you stay here for a second and we'll just, And I start moving boxes to try and speed up the process.
Are we doing this? Are we taking it now? When do we leave?
I must be back in Briscoe before nightfall.
Oh. Well,
Okay.
I guess we wasted some money in that tavern.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Let's
very
go.
quietly say to Sepsis, to be honest, that tavern was not the best place for us anyway. I don't think there's any harm in leaving now.
That's fair. I try and help Dice lift a box because Dice and I are both very, very weak.
Happy to do it together.
Okay, I would
Not
like
lifting boxes.
everyone to make an athletics check. However, Dice and Sepsis, you can share one. So whichever one of you wants to roll with the.
All right, what you got, Sepsis?
-1.
-1.
You roll. I've been rolling absolute garbage tonight.
I was gonna say, you've done some pretty bad rolls, so can I do it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's terrible. 6?
Oriana?
9.
Ace.
19.
We know who the
Really
muscle is
bad
in this
roll
group.
for me.
Okay.
Hey
So,
guys,
I rolled
remember
10.
Fortune?
so the three of you, Oriana, Dice, Sepsis, you seem to think that, unfortunately, from luck of the draw, you've just immediately walked over to probably the heaviest boxes this guy's got. Ace, you've actually walked over to the heaviest boxes this guy's got. Lifted one on each shoulder, quite easily. Lifting with your legs the correct way. And start to very quickly shunt boxes onto the back of his carriage, onto the back of his cart.
I like
The old man-
Ace picks up a box that still has Sepsis dangling from it.
I was like, oh, sorry.
You do.
Supervising.
and making it seem like Sepsis is also helping. Then you lift their box onto the cart.
Do the same for Dice.
Clint is just watching and trying not to laugh, and is just barely concealing, just shuddering shoulders.
Is there anyone? Is there anyone in this square apart from us?
Roll a perception check.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to say hi to Clint because I haven't done that
I
yet.
don't wanna. 10.
Not that you can tell.
Excellent.
Hey, Clint.
Yes.
I don't think Dice has noticed you yet.
But I have now. I don't think you're supposed to yell people's names. Hi.
Hello, how are
I
you?
wasn't yelling.
Are you coming with?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you want to lift
You're frozen.
the box? Because
No.
I can't.
Lift the box. I'll give it a go.
Hey, Bright.
Can I try again?
Clint rolled a natural 20. So Clint picks up, again, one of the boxes on one shoulder, one of the boxes under the other arm. It goes, you're not too bad.
Right.
And then pushes them onto the
Right,
ground.
wait.
What?
While he had one of the boxes on his shoulder, I
Okay.
cast enlarge on that box.
Okay.
It becomes 8 times as heavy as it was, and it doubles in size in each dimension.
Okay.
I know.
So he's got the box on his shoulder.
You know why.
8 times as heavy.
Oh, you've just taken him out.
No, well, maybe. Hang on.
Am I going to have to heal Clint off the floor because you've squashed him with a fucking box?
Fortunately, I gave Clint a stat block, so I know what his carrying capacity is. So give me a moment.
Also, if Ace notices that this is happening, then they're gonna definitely help.
Ace is unfortunately too busy currently lifting boxes of their own.
I just want to call attention to the troll in the chat that failed miserably.
Very poor Colin.
We have Greg, you're muted.
This was potentially the wrong group to be like.
You're all gay.
You're gay.
Yes.
You have assessed
Point.
correctly.
Okay, what happens? What happens?
Clint stumbles for a moment and drops the box that is under his arm. Looking up, he discovers that the box he is carrying is now twice the size and 8 times as heavy. And he, instead of picking the box back up from the floor, supports it with both hands and much slower, but still steadily, walks to the back of the cart and puts it down. The box was £50. It is now 8 times as heavy, making it £400.
£400.
His push, drag, or lift capacity is £420.
Yay.
You're fucking lucky I didn't cast reduce on him.
Not
It's a
gonna-
concentration spell, otherwise I would have.
So he puts the box on the back of the cart.
Hey, is he not wearing anything then?
He's wearing a
Doesn't
cloak.
have a backpack or
He's
anything.
wearing a cloak and some clothes.
I'm just fucking with you, man. I don't care.
So, what are you doing for father? What's Daddy got you doing?
I'm travelling to the place that we were told about by... And he looks around. Where is Worm, by the way?
Where he belongs.
No longer with us.
He's been killed, or...?
Yeah,
Yes.
Worm is dead.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Very
he
sad.
He was killed by a flock of geese.
I'm very sorry, Sepsis.
Oh, yes. It's
I like the little guy.
Is that what Sepsis told us last time?
Yes.
Damn it.
yeah. I really fucking panicked, and I only pulled it back out at the last moment. It's yes. I mean, it was terribly tragic. It was obviously it came as a great shock to me. Vicious things, geese.
I've seen.
We're all
They
mourning.
can take all the flesh off a cow carcass in under a minute, you know.
So you're heading to the place where the carriages went.
With the
Bits.
the dead bodies, yes.
Sepsis, did you not recognize the description earlier when it was mentioned?
Sorry?
Did you not recognize the description earlier when it was mentioned, if it's the same place?
No, Worm was very imprecise.
That actually sounds quite likely for Worm.
Oh.
Every time you ask Sepsis a question, I'm just waiting for an insight check.
I hear you,
I honestly don't see the point, Rich. I believe
You
it.
did this to me on purpose.
Bring him back.
I believe them. I can't. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna-
we have no reason to
Yeah.
incite him. So.
I'm afraid that we need to get a move on now. If you all want to jump on the back of the cart and you can
Yeah.
guard it on our way. There is a
Yes.
small patch of what some say is dangerous woodland between here and Briscoe.
Oh no.
That's what we're here for.
We'll help. It's okay. You just drive.
I need to have it in Briscoe by nightfall so I can get it to him in the morning, if you wish.
Let's get going, man.
I have a small home, but you may all stay if you wish.
That's very
That would be
generous of
lovely.
you, sir.
That's really kind. We'll see what happens when we get there, huh? Let's make sure we get there in
That's
one piece.
It's all right. My wife always makes more than she needs to. So you'll all be fed.
Thank you.
Let's be best get going then.
Would you like to rest in the cart and I'll drive it for you?
No. I'm much more energetic in my old age than I ever was as a youth.
I'm sure.
And he starts to slowly kind of try and climb up onto the thing. A couple of missteps, can't quite get his leg high enough to get to the step on the side of the car.
Falls asleep and can't. Falls asleep instead of streaming Baldur's Gate.
What does Ace do? Sorry, Em, you started saying something.
Gives him a boost.
Oh, thank you. I've not moved so quickly in a while.
He gets vertigo and vomits.
Well, jump on and we'll make our move.
I climb on.
I hop on.
Yep.
And hope to
Same.
God the cart's faster than the man.
And he clicks the cart, and you see it's one of the two-headed types of cow with 8 legs. Starts to pull the cart at quite a brisk pace.
Bloody 8-legged freaks.
Through the centre of town.
Hey, it's a great film.
It's an awesome film. It's a wonderful bad film.
I can't disagree.
So
I want to
you
so badly.
make your way through the centre of town. You see other businesses and houses start to bring their wares inside and start to close down for the day. You see lights on. You hear or you can smell dinner cooking from many windows. And you also can hear that the taverns are getting louder and rowdier. People starting to spill out of them onto the street with tankards in hand. And as you get to the edge of the town you're in, you can see off in the distance some trees. Just above that, maybe a few tall buildings just glinting in the dying sunlight. And you start to progress quite quickly towards the woods. As you get to
Sorry, I was just say I pulled the hood up on my cloak and dropped disguise self because I've definitely had it going for too long.
Okay.
Yeah, I also do that.
Would we be? This might be premature, but would we be travelling long enough that a short rest could be had in this cart?
Maybe.
Well, yes. Okay. Well, let me know if I'm allowed to click that button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it makes my spells come back, you know, Richard.
Shit made mine come back.
Wish it made mine come back as well, because I've got fuck all.
I've got 0 first level spells.
You are,
One.
as you travel through the woods, you can hear a distant howl of a wolf echoed by another, much closer, but then another much further away, and the howls diminish and stop. You can hear owls starting to wake, the screech of bats overhead. And you can see the flapping of their wings in the dying light underneath the canopy of the leaves. But nothing seems to assail the cart. And after about 45 minutes, you break through the other side of the trees. And you're almost directly on the edge of a much larger city. There is no wall around this section, but you can see further in past a lot of the buildings, a wall inside, a much more traditional central castle with a keep jutting up from the centre. Though the keep is
of a much brighter colour than you would expect. The wall is a horrible grey stone. Roll a perception check.
Right. Oh, do you know what? This dice is dead. It's dead to me.
They're all dead to me.
16.
I have no dice.
Ooh.
I've been using the
So
wrong.
it was cocked the first time, and then I got a nat 20.
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
16.
Sorry, Oriana, Ace, 20, nat 20, Sepsis, do you care? No? Okay. So, Oriana and Ace,
Mhm.
the keep jutting up from the middle is less angular than the walls and the buildings around it. It is much more, it looks like almost naturally grown rock. And that's when you notice that the color of the stone is more akin to the crystal that you found underneath Fourth Tower.
Mm.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch what?
The keep.
What keep? Oh, that keep. There we go. I'm on the same page now.
Didn't feel like any bad energy from it, or
Not at this distance. It's currently about a mile away. It's quite a very large city in front of you, sprawling out. Most of the buildings are quite low, though they get higher and higher towards the centre, but still not as high as the walls. You can work out that the walls themselves of the castle surrounding this crystalline structure are maybe 50, 60 feet tall. The structure itself is maybe 100, 120, jutting up, almost like a dagger blade jutting up from the floor towards the sky.
All right.
Welcome to the beautiful city of Briscoe.
Did I get that short rest, Alpine?
You did.
Thank you.
Rich,
Yeah?
can I turn to the old man and go, I'm really sorry. What's your name, please?
Oh, my name is Stuart.
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 Are you sure it's not Stuart?
It's
Stuart.
Stuart, not Stuart. 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 Stuart.
Stuart.
that name's lost meaning for me. We've said it so much.
Like the word sandwich, you say it so many times it stops being.
It's like stew art.
Stuart.
Art of stew.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
Have you lived in Briscoe for long? Briscoe for long.
I've lived in Briscoe for all of my 63 years.
All right. Have you? Does the keep over there have any weird effects on the humans in the city?
Weird?
I don't know. It could make the people who are nearer it feel perhaps tired or not very well.
It's relatively new. It grew around the central tower maybe 20 years ago.
Grew.
Woo.
Well, it was not there one day, and then we watched it spring into being the next.
So not built?
It's strange.
I believe the lords themselves used some magics to make the structure appear.
I look at Ace and go,
Strange.
I'm very uncomfortable with this.
Well, are we near the drop-off point?
Yes, sorry. We will store the goods at my home, and then you can come in for tea.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
He takes you off to the right, around the edge of the town. And it is a small little suburban dwelling, one story. Looks warm, small garden out the front, and pulls up next to the house.
If one of you could help me with the tarpaulin.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
I nominate Ace.
Just
I
in
attempt to
Ace
pull it.
has already nominated
I just step
himself.
aside for it, yeah. I was like, yeah.
These old bones are aching. I think rain is coming, so we need to protect my master's goods.
Of course.
I ask her. I
if
get
it's gonna
Cedric
sort of
to
pull
pull
it.
it face.
Okay. Just doesn't take too long. The tarp is pulled over, it's secured down, and he stands there, kind of peering at you. Oh yes, very good. It all looks quite well done. Please come inside my home.
Come inside. Have a
And
nice.
he walks around the front and opens the door.
Come
Come
inside.
inside, meet the missus.
I go in.
Oh, where
Yeah,
aren't
we're
you?
all
That's
gonna follow
right.
him through.
Hello, my dear. Are you home? You hear a voice from inside. I am home, love. I'm just going to go and have a bit of a sit down. But before I do, these are some new traveling companions of mine. They helped greatly in my work. Please allow them hospitality. And he goes and sits down and starts to take his boots off.
I look at the lady. Hi.
A woman of about 60 walks around the corner. She's much more robust than her husband. As wide as him, but her arms are much wider. And they've seen some heavy lifting in their day. She's bouncing a baby on one hip. Is holding a large iron pot in the other. That with your athletics rolls would... the three of you, not Ace, would struggle to lift this on your own.
Sorry, she's holding the pot, or the baby's holding the pot?
The woman is holding the pot.
Oh right, thank God.
One
I
pot
was like,
baby.
have we been outstrengthed by a baby?
Yeah, pretty much. No, she walks around. She's got hair that was once red but is now mostly grey. But very few wrinkles, big smile on her face. And is
Pleasure to
still...
make your acquaintance, madam.
Pleasure's all mine, love.
I'm
Come in, have a sit down.
Yes. I'm Hugin, this is Moonin. We are Hugin and Moonin, muscle for hire.
Don't get many short folk out here helping us.
No, well, your husband was going the direction that we needed to head anyway, and we were moved by his plight.
I hope he paid you well. We don't take no charity here.
Yes, he's compensating us very richly.
Well, that's good.
Would you like some help with dinner?
No, I've got it all under control.
Sorry, Stuart just in the chat said she's built like Nanny from Count Duckula.
Almost exactly like Nanny.
Such a deep cut. That's great.
I'll go get some food for you. And she walks back into the kitchen.
Thank you.
You can hear the pot slam down on the kitchen top, sending plates rattling everywhere. And a few moments later, she comes out and starts to lay a table. Are you all staying for tea?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
We'd be honoured.
There's not much meat, mind. It's just a stew. I believe over the river they call it a cowl.
That sounds perfect.
We've got not much meat, but the bones have been stewing in it for a while now, so the taste is just nice.
Honestly, it sounds perfect. Thank you.
And she starts to ladle quite large servings of stew into all of your bowls.
I'm so happy.
Hang on. I sorry to be insulting among you all, but you haven't got any of those vegetarians with you, have you?
I just slowly raise my hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang it down. And she walks back into the kitchen. She walks back into the kitchen and comes back out with a large loaf of bread. This is quite heavily salted butter, mind. And do you like greens? Well, I've got some carrots and some broccoli. I've also got some. I've got some. I just get some taters on the go. And walks out. walks back.
Really,
in the
it's no
kitchen and
trouble. I
starts-
can eat the vegetables out of the stew.
If you're sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
And you just start eating. Clint starts wolfing it down.
I'm not eating the stew. I'm eating mushrooms out of my pocket.
I haven't eaten in a while. It took. I think I hid on the bridge for about a day. How did you guys get across? I didn't see you pass me.
We didn't.
How were you here then?
Under.
Under.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, we prefer to go.
Well, I suppose if you know the train timetable, it's not too much danger.
Well, we guessed.
We guessed, and there's.
My ankle's that.
I will say, don't do it alone, because there were some pretty nasty, slimy shark type things, big teeth, very angry.
I was stabbed.
Sepsis was stabbed.
I'm sure it was a horrific experience for you, Sepsis.
It was. I could have died.
They were gravely injured. We were concerned.
Yes,
I still have a long cut on my neck that's dripping today.
You should. I hope you got it seen to by someone with sepsis. Can't let cuts like that go unadministered.
You're right. That could be very bad. I should probably go and change my dressing.
I'm sure a nice long rest will see you right.
Yes. I go off into the kitchen and ask for some boiling water.
Get some
Ace
boiling
is
water,
just sort
love.
of like silently seething at the table.
I'll get you some boiling water, love. You just sit down by the table. I'll bring it out now. Do you want
This is
some
my
tea?
favorite. This is my favorite running gag since Hugin's original accent.
Would you like some clean rags as well?
Oh yes, that would be ever so kind.
You just go get you those rags now.
Thank you.
And she goes to get them.
I just did Sepsis' voice. I didn't mean to.
You can see her off in the back room. You can actually see her through the door, and she takes one of her own dresses out of a cupboard and starts to rip off.
No,
even strips.
nope, don't do that. I have
No.
I have some bandages to use. It's fine.
Don't you worry, love. It's quite clean. And she just brings out a load of very nicely made bandages.
Look
All
at
right.
Ace is just giving Sepsis a look like you made her rip her dress.
I take them and I sterilize them in the hot water, and then I go outside to reapply my poultice.
Outside.
Then
I'm not doing it at the table, am I? It would be hard to maintain the illusions.
I am going to have to take my leave. I've got people to find in the city, and they're best found at night.
Good luck.
I need to rest.
Will you be here tomorrow?
Probably.
Then, before I go, I will come and look in on you.
I have
Be
a
safe.
question for you, Clint, before you go.
Mm-hmm.
What are you planning to do at the estate?
What do you mean?
Why are you going there? What's the purpose of the visit?
We want to know why body parts are being transported from the slums to a country estate in the middle of Albion.
Will you be safe, or would you need more people?
Am I ever?
That's really not the point. You got what I was asking.
We could always use more people, but you are being hunted, I'm not.
I know, I just...
It's probably safer if only one person is snooping around anyway.
I don't want you-
hopefully there'll be three of us, but yeah.
Wow.
If you
Maybe not a great big purple tiefling with wings.
If you can find a way to get the
No.
information to us.
Hang on. And he whispers across the table so the woman and the old man can't hear. You've got wings now?
Oh yeah. That's it's a long story.
They're pretty cool.
And I haven't got the time to hear it. Damn.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Right. Yes. I'll try and get back as early as I can. Thank you for the ride.
Be safe.
As safe as I always am.
Yeah.
And he goes and pats the hand of the now sleeping old man. And
He's a good kid.
when he takes his hand away, you can see a small pouch has been left in the open palm of the old man as he sleeps there.
No. That's a
And
good
he walks
boy.
out.
He is a good boy. I feel
Luke
bad
would have
about...
fit in really well in our last party.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you want some money? Have some money.
Who are you looking at? He's a ranger.
Oh yeah, no one needs a ranger.
We have a ranger.
Do we?
Yeah.
We did for a couple of
Harry
sessions.
plays the ranger.
Oh no, sorry. I meant
Okay, so the woman comes back in. Oh, Stuart is asleep.
Yes,
Yeah.
we dropped off.
I'll show you to your rooms if you like.
That'd be lovely, thank you.
am I back, Brian? I was presuming you were gonna have me roll a medicine check or something.
Oh, what?
Okay,
Check for you nothing?
roll the medicine check.
No,
Please fail.
No,
just
I
pat
didn't.
yourself further.
I got a 15, I think. Hang on, I don't know what my medicine score is. It doesn't come up that often.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's 15.
an almost healed paper cut.
I took 3 damage.
It's just the dead skin there. It's actually healed. It's just a bit of dead skin flapping on top.
You take off your bandage, expecting the worst.
Yep.
The bandages that were covering the cut have no blood on them whatsoever. And there is a small scab on your side where the cut once was.
Ace is still literally bleeding.
You rebandage it.
Yep.
As best you can.
Otis, make sure I'm protecting against
just so
infection.
the scab doesn't break. And re-enter after Clint leaves.
It seems that I have avoided the wound becoming infected,
Oh, thank goodness.
Very glad to hear.
as am I.
We're just being shown to our rooms.
Oh, that's lovely.
I feel bad for the woman's dress sepsis.
We can
Why?
leave compensation.
I think we will. Why? Oh,
She shows you to a quite comfortable room at the back that has a large double bed in it, but also a few single beds dotted around the room. This is your room for the night.
Thank you.
Sleep well. I'll give you as much privacy as I can.
Thank you.
We're not taking your room at all, are we?
No bother. You just go in there now. Good night. And she closes the door behind her.
So we're all in that room, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it look like it's their bedroom?
Yes.
I imagine it's the only bedroom.
I feel like we're being shit.
Greg, you're muted, and what's worse is I can hear the noise you're making.
I said Sepsis starts trying to push the bed over to the door.
No. Just sleep under the bed. We're all in here. I push it back.
What are you doing?
I'm with sepsis on this one.
I'm gonna need a contested strength check here.
Oh yes. Okay.
Strength or athletics?
Athletics,
Not that it matters.
please.
I'd imagine
Oh my god, it's my strength. You're pushing and pulling.
Yeah, same thing.
What'd you get? I got a 15.
Sepsis,
Somehow
though smaller
sepsis.
than dice, manages to outpush them and
Okay.
is
And
pushing
at this
the-
point,
Sheer determination.
At this point, Ace is just going to intervene and stop this nonsense.
Roll for it, mate.
Athletics.
Go on.
Look, guys, if it makes sepsis feel safer,
I rolled
there's no harm in doing it.
22.
I rolled a 13 this time.
Ace just walks up and puts their foot on the bed and it just stops dead. And no matter how hard Sepsis pushes.
The
Just...
bed is staying where it was, sepsis.
But we need to
It's
block
not
the
doing
door
any-
so that.
We don't need to block the door.
Well,
I'm
what
with
if,
sepsis on this.
I'm really not. We're not moving their room around. They're being nice enough to give us somewhere to stay.
We can move it back in the morning.
Cedric's on
I
watch.
always move it back in the
He
morning.
has their sword.
Otherwise, how do you go out
No,
the door?
I'm just thinking about if that's what makes Sepsis comfortable to sleep.
Sepsis can sleep under the bed.
But they normally sleep under the bed pressed against the door.
Yep.
What if the old lady is some sort of assassin and she comes to kill us in the night? Then you'll be glad that the
Well,
bed
that's why
is there.
Cedric's here.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
nobody
why
can
I'll
get
have
to
my
this room.
sword near to listen.
Why not? Why take chances?
Do you know what?
Furniture.
I'm going to bed, and I just climb into one of the beds.
There's one bed.
There's
only
just the
one
one
bed.
bed.
No,
Yeah,
there's a
fine.
there's a large double bed and there's 2 single beds in the room as
Okay.
well.
Which one was Sepsis moving?
The double
One
one.
of the single beds.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't care what you
That's
rolled.
fair. Yeah,
You did not move the double bed.
that's fair.
I sit on the edge of the. Are you in the double, Ori?
I'm in the double, yeah.
Yeah, I sit on the edge of the double and go, do you know what really upsets me about this? Ori,
What?
Sepsis was stronger than me. And I climb into bed with Ori.
I heard that and I'm offended.
Dice. And I whisper, you're actually wounded.
Yeah, but only a little bit.
I'm not going to ask if I heard it. I know what my perception score is.
Yeah, I'm like a tiny bit wounded. I'm fine. And Ace is looking a little better.
A little. I still need to rest.
I want my spell slots back.
Okay. We'll go to bed.
As soon as everyone's in bed, I push the remaining bed over to the door and then I curl up in the closet.
Okay.
Like,
So
Ace is just gonna listen to the and just heavily sigh, like a disappointed.
I'm gonna go.
is there anything anyone would like to do before they fall asleep?
Nah. Oh, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, we've all been wanting a rest for some time.
Yeah, we've had a hell of a day. I'm good.
When
This
I
is
cut-
the first rest after fighting those things in the tunnel.
Mhm.
Sepsis?
I was just gonna say, I'm curling up in the closet, but I pull down some of the clothes to make to make like a little nest.
Okay.
Not only have you
That's the
trashed
correct
the
word.
dress, you're now sleeping on her other clothes.
Crashed her own dress.
Judgment.
Okay. So, you all fall asleep, leaving Cedric on watch, trusting in the power of Ace's Sword of Warning.
And a bed in the way.
And a bed in the way. And you fall asleep and dream. Oriana.
Yeah. I love my dreams.
You stand on a stone plateau. It is small, and as you look around, there is nothing but darkness surrounding you on all sides.
Standard.
You find yourself moving to the edge of the plateau and stare straight down, and all you can see below is fire and smoke, sulfur, brimstone. The smells assail you, but it is cold, freezing. The flames turn from red, gold, and yellow to blue, purple, green. You feel a presence behind you.
Hello.
You turn and there is a man standing there, heavily cloaked, all in black, bald, pale, and he holds a string in his hands that he runs through. You can see it disappearing off into the distance. And as it appears in his hand, did you say hello?
Yeah.
He cocks his head towards you. It has been such a long time waiting for you. Only when you are like this can I communicate. And it has been so hard.
Up until now, your whatever magic protected you up until this moment has dimmed. Now you have crossed that river.
Strange.
In the
I wasn't-
future, I will ask you to cross another river. Sleep now, be well, and enjoy your wings more.
I'll try.
And as you feel your eyelids growing heavy, and feeling yourself again drift off to sleep, his head bursts into flames. And he smiles at you. And you dream no more. Ace. You're an amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the warm sand beneath your bare feet. You can feel the hot black leather of the gladiatorial garb you're wearing almost burn your skin, but not. You hold no weapons. I'm standing in front of you, bare-chested, quite fat, but heavily muscled arms. Ginger hair like a mane around his chin, neck, head, blowing in wind that you cannot feel. And he laughs and throws another punch towards your face. You duck out of the way and throw a punch back, and it is like hitting a brick wall. And he again smiles and laughs, and with a slightly bruised lip says, "Another!" And you dream no more. Dice.
Hello.
You stand in a huge cavernous hall. The floor below you, solid metal. You do not know how it has been worked, but it seems like the panels on the floor below you are hammered metal, and they are huge. You cannot fathom a forge that could put them together. As you look up at your surroundings to try and find someone who could have made this, you realize that this is not the most interesting aspect of the room. 2 feet away from you on all sides, and individually stretching out as far as the eye can see in all directions, are metal men. They stand 6 to 7 feet tall. You can see their outer workings, their armor, very much like Cedric, but they are humanoid, but you can feel no life from them. As you wander, you feel yourself, in the way that you do in a dream, walking miles. But the metal men, the rows and rows and rows of metal men, do not end. Until suddenly you hear a sound, and you stop, and you look. And one of them seems to be looking at you. And then another looks at you. And then another 10 look at you. And then you feel the eyes of thousands and thousands of them looking at you, and those eyes start to glow red.
Like Cedric's eyes.
This is not a happy glow. Until you feel a metal hand on your arm. And you hear a voice. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." And you turn, and one of the metal men, shorter, but this one is breathing. And he takes his hand from your arm and bursts into the air. And your eyes close, and you dream no more.
You didn't mean to what?
Sepsis.
Hello.
You are on a dusty, windswept plain. There's a storm raging around you, though it has no sound. You stand in the eye of it. It whips up a cloud of ash that does not touch you. You turn at a sound, and standing behind you, with a chain held in his hand, is a heavily cloaked, very pale, tall figure, recognizable as your patron. The chain in his hand leads down to a small, towering figure on the floor, bluish purple in color, more black where it's been beaten. It is Worm. I am sorry that my gift to you did not behave as you would have wished.
Awfully mouthy he is.
I can assure you, child, that has left him now.
I'm glad to hear it. I was planning to resummon him in the morning.
That tongue will not grow back. I have made
Sorry, I just
certain-
saw the sad face on Millie and Charlie.
His tongue will not grow back, therefore you will be the only one to hear his words. And I have put certain old spells in place to stop any, how did the young put it nowadays, bants.
I am eternally grateful to you, Master.
So you should be.
Is there something I should be doing?
Well, I have something to show you, Sepsis.
Please.
Part of the storm splits apart. And you see off in the distance what looks like a city, but it's like no city you've ever seen. Towering buildings, thousands of lights stretching up into the sky in the nighttime. It looks like a city on fire, but no fire created these lights. You can see crystal that has been beaten so thin that it looks like glass, creating buildings of strange shape, and you cannot understand their purpose, but they tower above. This vision is one I have seen. I do not know what it means. However, I feel that you can discern its meaning in time.
I hope I can.
Also, I have a request of you and your companions, if they will.
What is your bidding?
Find out what is west of Avalon.
I may be able to convince them of that. They seem deeply intrigued by the subject.
They do enjoy asking the question, yes.
Forgive me, Master. Do you have any advice as to where our search may begin?
I find too much influence on one's destiny can work against my own plans. You are moving closer to the answer, I think.
I see. You feel that heading south as we are currently may be correct?
I thought you were heading east.
Both.
Dangers lie below the surface, Sepsis. Be careful how you decide to travel. And your eyelids grow heavy. And you dream no more.
Thank you.
And everyone can have a long rest.
What did you do to Worm, you bastard?
You bastards!
I hope that's
Two
not
of you.
fucking- I hope
No,
that's
it's
not
not the
directed
two
at
of you.
me. I
It's
didn't
not
do
the
this.
two of you.
I hate
You've
this.
sent him away. You complained and complained and complained about him.
And now he has no tongue and he's been beaten, you dick. Richard, bad dear.
None of you know this.
No, I know I don't know.
Okay, so yes, as it is 7 minutes to 11, and I don't think I can do a you all wake up and have breakfast scene
No.
in 6 minutes now.
Yeah.
I think we will end it there. But yeah, so we're going to end session 28 there. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for coming along. Thank you all for watching. Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Exactly. The chat knows.
Yes. I am currently desperately trying not to apologise for not having an encounter in this one.
Don't apologise.
There's plenty of it, don't you dare.
We had fun.
Yeah, I have a tendency to worry that I don't fill each session with enough different stuff.
Well,
we've done this. We like it when we alternate back and forth between combat and roleplay.
Specifically, the problem is that if we have a game where there's not an encounter, you apologise for there not being an encounter, and if we have a game which is mostly encounters, you apologise for us not having enough roleplay to do.
Yeah, exactly. There's no winning road here in what you're portraying.
I worry. I just want everyone to enjoy.
We have.
I hope you guys have. I hope everyone who watched along has.
I finally got to meet my boys.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of backstory. Oh, well, thank you, Heath, mate. There is a lot of backstory that will make a lot more sense if people do actually go to Dice of the Beholder on YouTube and check out the first 27 episodes.
Shameless plug, shameless plug, shameless plug.
Yes.
It is a bit of a shameless plug.
You can hear all of Bry's other voices and things, including Worm's voice,
which you will never hear again.
Because he is. Well, you will when he has to speak to Sepsis in his head, but I don't think it's going to have the same.
Yeah. Click on the
perverted
link.
little happy.
Click on the link that AD has just very handily
I hate it. I
chucked
hate what you've done.
into the.
I can't believe you've
chucked
made me
into
complicit
the
in
chat.
Stuart.
I believe
Yes.
Stu.
You will also see Greg with hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
I believe Stu has in fact gone back. Greg, am I right? in thinking
Yeah, I
Stu
think
has gone back and
Stu
watched all
has
the
watched
previous
it all
episodes.
on YouTube, I believe.
So he can tell you whether it's worth it or not. We think it is. But yeah, go back, watch me almost kill them in session 1. With a really OP kind of monster encounter that they survived with the skin of their teeth.
And you can see when we were all allowed to be in the same room together.
Yeah. But yeah.
Back in the before times.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. I hope everyone is staying safe in these increasingly troubling times. And I hope you will join us again next week for, I can't believe I'm going to say this, session 29.
Yep.
Also, if you could harass Bri about trimming his moustache so we can see his mouth again.
Next week you will be able to see. Next week you will be able to see my teeth.
We miss your teeth.
But yeah, go check out our YouTube and then come along for session 29 next week and find out what these guys discover in and around Briscoe.
Yeah.
But thank you very much.
See you probably.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.